Bible. Their identity in the Bible is the tribe of Ephraim.
She's breaking down now. Akkad is breaking down tribe of Ephraim, and I'm doing this just until Tommy getting himself together. But this is what I could do until. And if y'all got some questions, y'all let me know if y'all got any questions, and I can answer your questions. Let me put the link to the. Let me put the link in here. Let me see if this is a copy and paste here. Let me see how this will do it. Let me see if this will do it. I don't know if this will do it or not. But I did put the link in there. If y'all want to come into the stream, you can copy that link. All right. But now, as you can see, now he's starting to break down the tribe of Ephraim.
But Puerto Ricans and most Latin people.
And if y'all look at Akkad's face, right? Akkad got that face like he hear the dude talking, but he really don't want to talk to him because he's pointless. The only one that he wants to talk to is the sister. But let me just make sure that the live is going on my channel. Hold on, let me view my channel. Yeah, it should be live now. Hold on. Yeah, it should be live on my channel now because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it live on my channel. So it should be live now. Mika, let me know if you see it on my channel. It should be live there. I'm just double checking, y'all. Just bear with me a second. But it should be live. All right. So now that's why Akkad is looking like that, right? This is a good question. We're gonna answer that question. All right.
People, Hispanic people, they're if I can use this term, a new race, because prior to the arrival of Christopher Columbus, there were just the indigenous people, there were the Africans, whatever you want to call them, and there were the Europeans, whatever you want to call them. It was the meeting of the three groups of people that created this new race of people.
Now, ain't this a good dialogue that they having? She breaking down a new tribe. Akkad could talk to her. Ain't no such thing as a new race. We did not need that Jake over there. We did not need him.
And I'm going to explain something to you, right? I'm going to explain something to you. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little hard. Okay. I mean, because of Christianity. Christianity make it very, very hard for you to understand. No, it doesn't.
So are you a Christian?
No, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Hebrew is my language. Israel is my father. You understand?
Okay.
So once again,
so do you not believe the Bible?
Are you saying that the white man, the Africans made it, and that's how the Puerto Ricans was made? You saying that?
Ish, yeah, I'm saying that.
Now that's wild. And listen, Akkad is taking the time to examine. He ain't aggressive with her. He ain't bullying her. He trying to relate, and he's saying, "Are you saying that the white man and the Africans came and created the Spanish?" And she's saying, "Yes." Because and let me tell you something. Her honesty was so sincere, and you could see it on her face that she wasn't being combative with Akkad. The only person being combative is the Jake.
Absolutely fine. And I will help you. I will help you. I will help you prove it. Wait a minute.
No. You're talking over us, though. Wait a minute.
See how he said you talking over us? Akkad wasn't talking to him. Akkad talking to the sister. He ain't talking to him.
Wait a minute.
This is how I help you prove. Go and study Babylon's and Timbuktu. You have these books, go study Babylon and Timbuktu. You understand? And read what happened in Babylon and Timbuktu. Also, read the history of the Assyrian Empire. The 9.5 tribes were the Hispanic tribes of Israel. The Hispanic tribes like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Guatemalans. Those 9.5 tribes were in slavery under the Assyrian Empire. Wait a minute. Once the Assyrian Empire was destroyed,
and he's saying, wait a minute, because what he sees is one of his students, one of his people, potentially listening to us. Can't have that. Oh, hell to the no. Can't have that. Can't have that at all. Are we gonna pause this? Maybe I'll talk about this a little later. I'm about to join my brother Tommy's stream. He just sent it to me. We'll do a breakdown on it. We'll talk about that a little later. Let me see here. Browser StreamYard. Got this here. Oh, now I'm gonna answer the question. Hey, Cap, how can a Jewish man's lack of complexion use as proof that he did not originate from Israel if Edom is close to that region. Complexion is used as a countermeasure to the Jewish man. It's not used as a proof that he did not originate. What they try to say excuse me, what the Jewish man tries to claim is that only they are Israelites. So we go into the complexion to show that it would be impossible for that tone to be the only tone. If they didn't say that only if they had a better argument if they said, okay, yeah, it's y'all and us, we wouldn't use complexion at all. Now we would just use region, Edom, Esau, etc., like that, Ashkenazi, Amalek. But it's because they deny what we are. Just to answer your question, all right? Let me go ahead and join this live stream over here. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Into the studio. All right. So I'm gonna wait for Tommy to come on. Let me let him know I'm on there, and then I'll join it. All right. The draft needs to pass the Senate, then it's law. Listen, the fact that they approved it thus far, good Lord. Hey, there's a video. Did y'all see Cardi B? Did y'all hear Cardi B on the draft? Let me see if I can find this video, man. I might play it with Tommy. Is her name Cardi B? Yeah, Cardi B, U.S. draft. Cardi B funny as hell, yo. When I say funny, Cardi B is funny. Let me see this here. I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to listen to what she said. I want y'all to listen to what she said. Watch this. Listen to this, man. Listen to this.
Bill that they're going to automatically register men from 18 to 26 for war. Okay? And all I want to say is to America, good luck with that. These few little TikTokers, baby, these motherfuckers ain't gonna fight no war. We're gonna die. You're gonna die. You might as well just keep investing money in your guns, because these new kids, you want to send these new kids to fight these wars? The TikTok hip shakers, out of your mind. This is a new America, baby. This ain't the 19 months. Now, like, seriously, you're gonna draft these kids that be TikToking all day to fight them, what? Most likely, what? Them Russians? Them motherfuckers fighting bears and shit, and mother climbing mountains to go to school and whatever. I got some news for you, mother.
Yo, tell me that ain't funny. Yo, Cardi B be funny. I remember when coronavirus came out and Cardi B had that shit. Coronavirus, shit is getting real. Oh, Cardi B is funny, man. I don't know about some of her music was good, but she said you gonna send them to fight who, the Russians, when they fighting bears and climbing mountains to go to school. So we'll see. And then so now that was the part one. There's a part two when me and him talk about the word world and the pastor couldn't answer the question. Let me see if Tommy's back. Tommy not in here yet. They couldn't answer the question about the word world. And you'll always find, like, when the Christians, when you get into conversations with Christians and Christians don't want to, two things. Christians don't want to go to the scriptures that they're saying, excuse me, go to the scriptures that they're quoting to back up what they're saying. And then they also don't want to hear you read scriptures. Now, but there's a part, let me see. There's a sister. So like that, this is part one. Let me see if I can find part. I want to show y'all something because let me see if I could. I'm just playing some of it so I could see if I can get to, because I want to show y'all this one lady. Because there was a lady in this battle. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Now, I'm gonna show you. I want to show y'all this lady right here. Because this lady right here, I'm gonna show y'all this lady. Because this the part that wasn't on camera, right? So this lady, y'all see this lady right here with the shades on? That lady right there, every time, every single time that we quoted a scripture, she pulled out her pocketbook. Oh, let me change the scene. Every time we quoted a scripture, when I say Hebrews 9 and 15, when I say Romans 9 and 13, this sister here with the glasses, right here, she was jotting down every scripture. And then when Kyle was like, "Is this your pastor?" That same sister was like, "This ain't my pastor." And so the funny part, so when we going back and forth with them and everything, so we leave when we touring the whole Juneteenth thing and checking out. Raised up. Wait, let me see. So when we go check out the scene, we checking out. So we walk around and everything like that, and when we come back, we walking by, and one of the other sisters was like, "Jesus, pray for them. Jesus, watch over them." Oh, oh, when I tell you, boy, Christianity is a mother scooter, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Father's Day. Let me tell you, for all you Christians, you want to know how you know you hate Christ on Father's Day? Let me tell y'all who could take a guess. See what I got to give. What I got to give. What I got to give. What I got. Y'all know it's oil giving time. I almost don't want to say this because I think y'all gonna be cheating, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I got an oil to give away, but depending on how y'all answer, I'm gonna know if you was I'm gonna know if you cheated to get this answered. I'm gonna say it like that. So here's the question: for all the Christians that celebrated Father's Day, how do you know that they hate Jesus? Let me see what y'all say. Let me see. Yeah, not Desire. You right. His daughter knew he was lying. Not Desire. Not Desire was there. Not Desire Gabar was there with us. I'm gonna repeat the question. Let me see. Is that Tommy in the game? Let me see if he's up here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got Tommy up in there. Let me go share the screen. So I just seen him put I'm ready, bro. Is this okay, you still got the wrench. I wasn't sure if this was gonna be a new account or not on the YouTube. Oh, okay. Good.
I think it was a friend of mine, so I can do what I want on here because it's under their name.
Oh, okay. That's crazy,
So,
man. Like your name, is it like hot? What is it like a hot zone?
No. It's like I can't control the page. That's all.
Oh, okay.
As long as I don't control it, I can do it. Like these people who claim they hate me, this is what pisses me off about YouTube. When I did the interview with the white girl.
Mm-hmm.
All these people who hate me damn sure use that interview to try and make them a damn show about it. Now, how is it they can sit there and play my interview, talk shit, and you get paid off of what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the funny part. When black folk, that's why I don't believe when black folks say they hate something and dislike something. Because why would you keep on talking about me? Like this nigga called Old Face Jackson. He said I'm the past, he rich, I'm jealous of him. This man have made 97,000 videos about me. And I'm not on YouTube. He said that, there's not one video on what he's made where he said Tommy was right about this. And yet the dude used to say I was the greatest thing in the world. Anytime someone can tell you everything you do is wrong, you don't say anything that's right. And black folks believe that's normal behavior. What human being is 100% wrong? Name one.
Nobody's 100% wrong. I mean,
no, it's impossible.
Right.
But they make money off me, and none of these people who are online are really doing it because they really give a shit about the black community.
And really, the fact that they're copying you, that's the proof that you're right, or either that they like what you're saying, because they're using you for content. So you can't be that bad for them. Just think, if you didn't say nothing at all, they wouldn't have nothing to say. They need you to say something. They probably talk trash about you, so you can talk trash about them.
Yes.
And then you feed and give them content, because this is how you know who's a true podcaster and who's not, or who's a true content creator and who's not. If they can't do a show without talking about somebody, they're not a true content creator. You have to be able to generate and have people listening to you if you're by yourself. and there's nobody to talk about. It's just a current event or a subject matter that you're doing. Now, if you can talk like that, then maybe you might be a content creator. But if all your content is predicated on disrespecting or talking about somebody else, you're not a content creator. Shout out to Eternal for the super chat donation. Make sure y'all super chat myself, Tommy. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App as well. Appreciate you, Eternal.
You are 100% correct. Like, how is it that everything you make, every video you make, is about what some other man said? All you talk about, the only thing you speak of is what some other man said, that you want to make that man out to be a villain.
Right.
You can't make a video in which you talk about what the fuck you think.
Right.
About what you have to present. Every one of y'all's videos is a reaction to some other man, a reaction to me. And it got to the point where when I wasn't doing anything on YouTube, when they didn't know where I was, they were redoing old videos of mine that were on YouTube.
Look what Tommy said back in 2009 and 10.
And it would be, and you'd be thinking, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I was like, but wait a minute, but you were friends of his back then. You said this man was right back then. This one light-skinned nigga, he just can't stop making videos about me. And then he was the main one to say, I don't see how a black person could call another black person crispy. When he got mad at me, what did he start calling me?
Crispy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I said, damn, so y'all don't even have what I would call integrity. If I said it was wrong to call a woman a bitch, I'm not going to say it's okay to call that woman a bitch because I don't like that woman. Because by that logic, then anybody who dislikes a woman has the exact same right I have to refer to her as a bitch.
Right.
I can't turn around and tell you, you were wrong for your reason of calling her a bitch, but I'm right for my reason of calling her.
Right. Right. I don't think it's wrong to call a woman a bitch as long as it's justified. Because women can act like bitches.
You justify that, exactly.
Yeah, just like we can call Nick. We can call black men bitch. Listen, bitch is bitch is not gender biased. Depending on how you acting, your man could get called one too. So it's not gender based. It's not.
Exactly.
It's feminine based though, because oh man,
it's Father's Day. We fathers. Let's talk. Let's big up the fathers. Can we big them up for a second? If we had a hand clap, we could big up these fathers. Fathers, big up. What would you do today?
I actually was traveling today. And then for the record, we don't particularly celebrate Father's Day. We teach Father's Day, but from the perspective that it's the holiday that even black women take from black men. That's the position that like black women dog black fathers even on Father's Day. Meaning the mother knows the daddy, but she'll tell the child, I'm the father on Father's Day. It's a lot of black mothers that get Father's Day cards on Father's Day when it should go to the father. And that's a horrible thing. You'll notice the veneration of the mother. When you think about Mother's Day, the veneration for the mother is insane. You said you're the best dad. I'm looking at it in disbelief. You're the best dad a mom could be. Happy father. That's the typical black household. And nobody ever wants to think about, Mom, thanks for being. Listen, Tommy, I told you. Listen, when Tommy hit me up and said we're going to do this live, I told everybody, I said, Tommy about to have a field day with this subject here. I said, a field day. And that's right. There's a sister that made a post I shared, and it was black women that got mad at this post. I'm going to read what she said. This the post she said. She said, let me go on my Facebook page. Let me show. Where's this at? She said, for the women trying to convince the world, y'all baby daddies ain't shit, we want to hear the father side. That's what she said. Right? And so the sisters get on here, they start immediately going at the sister, like, why she saying that and yada, 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 because you can't venerate or give fathers one day. A black woman don't want to give a father one day. Now, again, we don't celebrate it, but it's so much education that can be had on Father's Day. But for me, I was actually in Buffalo, Tommy. I went to Buffalo Thursday. I left like 8 this morning to leave Buffalo. Got here, I think about 2. I actually went to the gym, came back, and then I'm in the middle of packing my clothes. because I got to catch a flight to Atlanta. My flight is at 6 in the morning. So it's at 6 in the morning. So I'll be in Atlanta from Monday to Thursday. So that's actually what I've been doing. I got some interviews and stuff I'm gonna be doing down there in Atlanta. Hopefully I can catch Tommy. I know yeah, I got your text. So hopefully I can catch Tommy. We could do a live in studio one. But that's how I feel. I think fathers have never gotten the reverence that they have, even for kids to say that they daddy ain't shit. The sad part about it is when a black child says that they daddy ain't shit, you're really saying you ain't shit because he made you. Without you, you wouldn't even be here. So let's say if your daddy ain't shit, why don't you be the one thing that makes him the shit? You could be the one thing that he could have had a horrible life. He could have been a drug addict. Your mom, listen, and then the flip side about it, if your daddy ain't shit, what's the mama? The mama that let him shoot up the club. The mama that your mama that had sex with your ain't shit daddy. If your daddy ain't shit, then the mama can't be shit too. It can't be, because it take two to make the baby. It take two to make a child. So if the daddy ain't shit, the mama ain't shit because she chose that daddy. But nobody ever thinks, the child never thinks, I wouldn't even be alive if my mother didn't meet him and my father didn't plant me in the mother. So even calling your father ain't shit is a terrible thing to do. I ain't mean to, be too long-winded with it, Tom.
No, you're not. You listen. I've been preaching this for years. So when I hear someone preach it, I just stop and I say, every voice that can say this, you can deny one voice that says so-and-so slapped so-and-so. It gets difficult when it's 1,000 people who repeat the same story.
Right.
And it's the thing that I say to black women, and people get mad at me when I say it, and I'm going to repeat it. If so many people are telling you you have a bad attitude and you're a bad person, maybe there's some truth in it. There's a black police chief, female in Atlanta. Do you know what she said? She doesn't want to hire black women because of their attitude. They just suspended this woman because they found a video of her saying this.
What's wrong with that?
There's a black woman, ghetto black woman, hair hat, baby hair, hair hat hooligan on Twitter yesterday. Comment section full of black women going off on this woman because she said, black women, I done got to the point where I hate to see us in public. All we do is be miserable to each other. She said, I went to these white people and they were so damn nice. Went to a black woman in the same damn store. She said she had like she didn't want to be there. And it's true. Black women think having a stink ass attitude. I was shopping with my daughter yesterday and we kept walking by these black chicks because we went to one of the blackest malls in Georgia, South Lake. We in South Lake, and the black chicks were all just walking around stank face. You're fucking shopping. You're stank face shopping.
Stank face is crazy.
You just, and it was weird. And she said, I think they practice that look. She said, you have to. In order for all of y'all to perfect the same look, then when it comes to babies' fathers, black women think it's cute to say they baby's daddy ain't shit. The man you laid up with and let shoot up the club, made all kinds of fuck faces with, now he ain't shit, and you say this to the seed that has grown? Imagine what we go through as sons who hear that.
I was just about to say that.
And then someone tells us we look like him. When your diss to me is I look like my ugly ass daddy.
Right.
My dumb ass daddy.
Right.
My stupid ass daddy. Why would you say that to a child that you were supposed to be a steward of?
You know what makes that bad? And I'm gonna just say this real quick. One thing I like about my mother, I remember my mother is arguing with my grandfather over us, over me particularly. And my grandfather says, he ain't gonna be shit because his daddy ain't shit. And I'm hearing my grandfather say this. And the one thing, and this is why I love my mother said, no, he's going to be somebody. He's going to do this. And because my mother said that, although my grandfather said that and it bothered me, because my mother didn't say it. Like if my mother would have echoed those sentiments, it could have, it could damage you. My mother not saying it, I'm still damaged with my grandfather saying it, but it don't have the impact because my mother is defending that I'm going to be somebody. That don't exist today. Because now the grandfather saying it and the mama saying it, your sisters, the aunties, everybody's saying it, and the psyche of that child, like you said, Tommy. So imagine you listening to your mother say that you ain't shit. Imagine that. Imagine the psychological damage that it does. Well, if I ain't gonna be shit, I might as well go out here and go into my not shitness. Don't educate myself. Don't be somebody. I can join a gang. I can sell drugs. I can use drugs because when parents don't realize if a mother tells a child he ain't shit, when he goes outside and the gangs want to get him into their gang family or into their gang culture, you know what they're going to say? Hey, man, we love you up in here, man. We're going to take care of you up in here. We'll be your family. Oh, your family, your mama said that about? We won't say that. Now they can use what you're saying about them against you. And even though even though they're tricking that kid, they're tricking them with the ammunition that you gave them. And you don't even realize it.
Oh, I talked about this in my movie. You ever, well, y'all might not know us, but I want to educate some of y'all, and I'm pretty sure when I say this is going to click. That's how pimps are able to get these young girls so easily.
That's right.
They don't get girls who aren't damaged. And the damage they get is from a absent father and an abusive mother. Mm-hmm. So what the pimp does is offer them something that they did not get at home.
That's right.
Someone who first off tells them that they need them, and someone who tells them that they are going to protect them. Those two things get these girls into doing anything for that man. A pimp is nothing but a street psychologist.
Right.
He can see broken women a mile away. He don't even try girls who have a stable father and a stable households.
Right.
There's no reason to try them.
Yeah, you know he can't win there.
Mm-hmm.
But them broken homes, oh, they tailor-made for pimps. Tailor-made for pimps, drug dealers, gang members. They are tailor-made for all of them. I remember one of my ribs was like, she thought that was family because she wasn't getting family from her family. So they became her family.
Yep.
And it damages your psyche of what's right and wrong because the parents are supposed to teach you what's right and wrong. And sometimes we don't even realize kids as kids. You can't tell a 10-year-old they ain't shit and they daddy ain't shit. You can't tell an 8-year-old they ain't shit, they daddy ain't shit. You can't do that. Like Eternal said, let that sizzle in your spirit. He donated. That's what I say. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like let that, like mothers and them cards you put up. I guarantee you, if we was to look up how many women got Father's Day cards, I would bet that they got more cards than fathers today. I would bet that.
And what you need to look up too is where they come from is something from Hallmark called the mahogany, signature mahogany line. What do you call mahogany? What is that typically associated
with? That's for black. That's for black. That's for black people.
Now, why wouldn't they be able to sell these cards to Indians, Japanese, American Indians, Mexicans, Russians, fuck it, English? Why can't they sell that to anybody but a specific amount of Americans? Who is the only group in the world that loves letting people know their freaking shortcomings? Black women love telling the world their fucking shortcomings. No one else does.
Yeah.
A white woman will tell a lot of her kids and tell her kids if the nigga left, she'll tell her kids he was some astronaut that died and when the space shuttle blew up. Before she say your daddy wasn't shit.
That's right. Right.
Because it makes her look bad. And she knows if you can feed that child at least a lie, he will try to live up to it. Why would you want your kid's first thought of who he or she is that the person who sired them was a ain't shit person?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have all these great things to say about my daughter's mom, but every time I spoke to my daughter about her mom, even now, I will say things about. I did today when I was talking to my daughter's mom, and I looked at the look on her face when I said it. We were watching House of Dragon, and I was trying to prove how strong women are and what they go through when they have babies. Because I was like, if it was up to me, if it was up to men to have babies, the population of the world would be about 16 today. And I said, I remember her mom had a C-section. And I said, no matter how tired your mom was, and even walking was an issue, when you would cry, she hated to let me go get you. She felt like she was failing as a mom, that if she couldn't get up. So she would just walk and act like the pain didn't exist while she was going to get this kid.
Right.
And I said, it takes a lot of strength to do that.
Exactly.
I could see like the pride in my daughter's eyes of, your mother really liked you. Like, she might not have been the best to me, but she really liked you.
And let me add something. I'm sorry. Now, I wanted to add something to you saying that, because, like you said, y'all are not together. So she's not hearing you diss her mother. So her eyes is not just twinkling from what you're saying. It's the messenger as well, because you didn't have to say something nice. You didn't have to say something nice about the mother. Y'all not together. She might be a problem. Y'all might have, I'm not saying y'all do or don't, but y'all are not together. So you could not say nothing at all, but you didn't. And even that's important. What's so important about that, and I can only reference my mother again, I never heard my mother say an ill thing about my father. And when I got older, I asked her, because my father was in and out. I would hear them argue, but I never heard her say nothing evil to us. And I asked her why she never did that, because I'm around other mothers of my friends that would. And she said, because I wanted whatever your opinion of your father to be yours. I didn't want it to be mine. So she was like, yeah, when he would leave, I cursed him out. I was angry. I was mad. She said, and I cried. She said, but I would do that in my room. I wouldn't let y'all see that, because then now my opinion is now your opinion. If I'm angry and she didn't want that to happen. And so you gave an example of that, because you told a hell of a story. You told a story where your mother was such a strong woman. And when she goes see her mother after that, she going to think about the story that you gave. So even in that part, parents can empower the mother or the father by just not saying nothing negative. Damn, if you ain't got nothing to say, just don't say nothing at all. But why say something negative, even on this day? Y'all people should look up another thing, is child support on Father's Day, and look up how many warrants are issued for child support on Father's Day. Somebody, like, if somebody, I remember we used to look this up in the school, and every year you would see they would do raids for child support for fathers, and would lock fathers up on Father's Day, either the day of Father's Day or that Monday following Father's Day. They would lock people up. I'm gonna see if I can. We used to do this like every year. Like a couple years ago, we used to look the numbers up. Father's Day. I'm gonna see if I could find it up. I'm gonna see if I could find it. And you would always find that they would lock people up on those times for Father's Day. So that's another thing I just wanted to point out. But that story you had is good. It's like,
yeah. And somebody asked me, they said, they're surprised I'm not watching House of Dragon. Stop. I am going to watch it, so don't say shit about what is going on.
I was just about to say the same thing, because soon as listen, I got a pack, so we got probably about an hour, 2 hours of the show. And while I'm packing,
talk y'all niggas in
a minute. Yeah. So we ain't got much long. So I don't want nobody talking about the show, because I want to see the show clean. I don't want to see it with whatever y'all want to put up in there and tell me this happened. Don't tell me nothing. Hey, people was asking who was that on the shirt too, Tommy. They was asking that in the chat.
Thomas Sowell, baby.
Okay. Hey, Tommy.
You don't know who Thomas Sowell is? One of the great economists.
I don't know who that is.
You gotta look him up. Black man.
You said
amazing
Thomas.
Black man. He's still alive. He's still alive. He's in his late 80s or 90s. I think.
You said Thomas Sowell.
Yeah, Sowell.
Oh, Sal. Oh, okay.
Soul.
Up here we would say Sal.
You know, like soul. Soul.
Yeah. No. If I was to see that, I would say Sal. Okay, social
You be
philosopher,
wrong.
political commentator. Yeah, I probably would. I probably would.
but yes, and that's I think that's another thing we need to do as Black people. Keep introducing because we're never too old to learn.
Exactly.
And I love learning because I was like, I don't know these brothers. And people throwing me names. Like I think you probably introduced me to at least 5 names I did not know.
That's
Historical Black people. Like I never heard that.
I'm putting the link for Time and Soul in the chat right now, so that if y'all click that link, you can see you can look him up and check him out right now.
Good looking out. But yeah, like if somebody say, "Oh, there go Tommy with his rant on Black women again," I'm like, look, man, you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Wait, before you say that, you got to say
Santana doing what he do.
Before you say it, you got to say Tommy and Tazaryak rant because we doing this together. I'm saying the Black woman ain't shit, but what she doing to father. So if you're gonna talk about Tommy, you're gonna have to put me in there too. Like why just isolate Tommy?
Because that's what I said. We as Black people, I think that's why it's hard for me to keep friends nowadays because I cut things down the middle. You can be my buddy, but if you was wrong, you was wrong. Now I'd rather tell you by yourself than tell you in front of people, of course.
Right.
But at the same time, I can't run away from the idea, and I think that's what I loved about like the first season of House of Dragon, that there were some people that just kept saying, we can't let this slide. And it's not right. But it's few people who will stand up and say, this is not right. We can't let this slide. And you know why? Because they saw what happened to people who did stand up and say, it's not right.
Right.
Typically, the people who say this is not right, Martin Luther King, JFK, Jesus, John the Baptist. Remember, John the Baptist was killed just because he was telling the king, this is wrong.
Right. You committing adultery.
What you want me to tell you, bro?
Hey, and
what you want me to do?
You know, it was a woman that wanted him killed, that wanted his head.
Yes.
Yeah. A woman wanted his head for that.
The mother and the daughter plotted to have him beheaded and knew that the dad loved his daughter so much that at the end of that dance, he said, I'll give you anything you want. Anything? He went to go ask her mother, what should I ask for? This nigga's head.
And cut his head off.
Broke the father's heart, but he had to do it because his word meant something. And that's another sad thing these stories in the Bible tell you. Have you noticed that men keep their word more than women do?
Yeah.
Men will sit up there and say, I am bound to this oath. Women will say, fuck that oath.
In a heartbeat.
That's what we're talking about here.
And then regret it
later.
later.
I have with my daughter's mom. I have told my daughter stories that didn't exist. Let me explain. I've told her stories about the greatness of her mother that were completely untrue. Why? Because I wanted her to view her mother a certain way. We can craft how our kids view baseball, football, sewing. We can literally craft their minds in how they view education. Why do you think they're kids of educated people who end up being educated themselves? Their parents crafted them that this is important. You don't want to craft your kid's mind to believe that family and their lineage is important. You don't want to do that. You want them to believe that everything that they are a part of sucks, that what they look like is ugly. You are okay with this? I'm not. I am not going to teach that in my house. I wouldn't teach that to anyone that is close to me that I want to see do great. Now, will I tell them you are failing? You must. That is a part of the love of that person.
Exactly. If you love them, you tell them. Love is love. People think love is, first of all, people think love is unconditional. That's a lie. And if you love somebody, you tell them the truth. You don't let them fall on their face. You tell them the things so that they can get their ass up so that they don't fall. If you don't tell them and it happens, it's your fault. That's especially if you have the ability to give the answer to fix them. But what we want is we don't want to hear that. And when it comes to women, because you made a point about them not holding to their oaths because they're too emotional. So, and they've been put in charge, and what they finding out is they should have never been put in charge.
Ooh.
Black women was never meant to be in charge. I'm sorry, you was meant to follow the man in charge. You can even give him advice. You can say, hey, you can say, I think we should do it this way. He gonna listen to you. Say, yep, I think you're right. But you're not meant to say, I'm in charge. Everything I say is the way, because you don't have the mental capability for it. A man's man is not emotional when shit hits the fan or when it's good. He's practical. Everything about him is when a problem comes. Like there was this thing. I'm gonna see if I can find it. There was this psychological study. They took a little girl and a little boy, and they put an obstacle in front of both of them. The little girl cried because she could not get around the obstacle. And she cried until somebody came and removed the obstacle. The little boy, he looked at the obstacle and he figured out a way to get around the obstacle in front of him. And they said this is in psychology. When a woman talks to a man, when a woman talks to you, she's not talking to get the problem solved. She's venting. She's not talking to find a solution. She's venting. So sometimes when she talks to a man is always looking to solve the problem. So when a woman starts talking to a man, the man is immediately thinking, well, why did you go about it this way? Why did you say it that? And if you have the audacity as a man to interrupt her and say, well, why did you do it like this? You should have did it like this. You're interrupting her venting session. She don't want a solution. So let me tell you when I studied that psychology, from that moment forward, when I talk to women, I'll say, are you venting or do you want me to solve the problem? If they say they venting, if I'm on the phone, sometimes I'll mute that shit, Tommy, till they get finished so they can get it all out. So it avoid me from trying to solve the problem. Because as I'm listening to them talk, I'm like, okay. Or I might even stop. I say, listen, I can't really listen to no more of this because I want to fix this problem. This could have been solved in 2 seconds if you'd have just listened. But they don't have that capacity. It's not in them. I didn't mean to be long-winded, but that's just that's psychological facts.
Hey, I avoid talking to most women unless they pay me. And even then, sometimes I turn the money down because I'm like, it's too stressful on me now to talk to you, a person who's coming to me, paying for a solution. I offer you a solution and you ignore the solution. Let me give you a perfect example of what you said, an everyday thing that everybody can see. Just go look at cases of women and men being convicted of crimes. When the women are convicted of a crime, they cry. Almost every time, no matter if she went and killed her kid, she killed her husband, she killed whoever, when a woman go and see when they get arrested, they cry. How many times you seen men sit up there and get to crying because they were arrested? They suck that shit up. Women get to crying after they've done everything to get arrested, after they did everything for all that stuff to happen. And what that shows is that men know that, one, nobody gives a shit how we feel, but number two, they feel like they made their bed. They got to lay in it. I've seen men who went to jail and stayed in there for 27 years, and they were completely innocent. You never seen this nigga cry, and he spent 27 years in jail. How's that possible? 27 years in jail. This man didn't cry. He just kept fighting and tried to get out. Women crying. You thinking, well, my God, why do almost all women cry and rare a man cries?
Right.
Was because we have to accept our fate.
You accept it.
Yeah, and when it comes to like these single fathers and these single mothers, you have never in history seen a single father say, I'm the father and the mother. You've never seen a single father ask for or receive a Mother's Day gift card.
That's facts.
Why not? Because he knows, even as a father, there's a gap in that child's life. And it's typically that there's another half. And a lot of men who are single fathers will go out specifically looking for a woman to marry to help take care of their children. To be the
woman, to be the mother that they know they need.
Yes, give you a perfect example. You know a man by the name of Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln's father, after Abraham Lincoln's mother died, you know what he did? He left them at the cabin by themselves. It's fucked up. He left them at the cabin by himself to go out specifically to find them a mother. Got them a mother and brought her back. Just because he understood how no matter what it is he provides as a father, they need both.
Right.
Men, even when the women lose custody of kids to us, a man will not say to the police say, you want me to go pick that woman up because she owed child support? We'll say no. When they're fighting us and the police say, you want me to take her to jail? What would we say up there with blood running down our face? No.
Don't take her to jail. Because even with the blood in the face, you got mercy on her. Man, they gonna kill her and put her in jail. And that's the sad part. Flip that shit though. Flip it. They send them to jail over an argument. Hit themselves. Do all type of stuff to themselves to put you in jail to make you suffer.
Yes.
But a black man will have compassion. Even with the kids, like on a Mother's Day or anything like that, that man could be super duper angry at that woman. And he still will let that child venerate or do whatever for the mama.
We make sure they do something for their mom. How many times have we said to our kids, you make sure you get your mama something. You make sure you call your mama. You make sure you go in there and say you love your mama, so and so. We literally put that in the kid's head.
A black man ain't never said, I'm the mother on Mother's Day. Black women, though, they the father on Father's Day. And that's
what hurt me so much about this day. It is such a meaningless day to us. And it's not meaningless because it's meaningless. It's meaningless because the people who were in control made it that way. If black women were the head of the household, they could still push fatherhood as being important. Because you know what they push as being important online? Dick. So if you push getting dick is important, because you do that all day by shaking your ass and getting you push getting dick is important. You could push having a father was important just the same.
Hey, you said push a dick, right? There's this female rapper now. I don't necessarily like her music, right? But she rap like, I guess like you would say like gangster. She raps like a nigga. She was rapping like a nigga. Get the F out New York. And I was like super duper aggressive. And I guess that didn't work. You know what she did, right? She started twerking.
Yeah.
She started twerking.
I know.
And she can't listen. And it's sad. And I saw it because her fans must have said something about it because she made a video apologizing for doing it. But when as she's talking about it, they show her twerking and her body type is horrible. No disrespect, but her body type is horrible, and she can't even do it. And she's only doing it because she thinks that's all she can do is twerk. And that's another thing. Like women, y'all gotta women think today, if all else fails, I'm gonna twerk. If all else fails, I'm gonna do OnlyFans. If all else fails, I'm gonna do that damn actor from the Bernie Mac show got a damn OnlyFans. The little kid, the little girl. She got OnlyFans now.
She explained it. She did a video and she pointed out to them, and I was like, I felt her. Because she said, y'all talking about residual checks. I was a child back then, and they weren't paying $1 million an episode. Why y'all telling me I should go back to something? If I'm an actor and I can't find roles acting, it's the equivalent of a lot of time. A lot of brothers sell drugs, not because that's what they wanted to fucking do. That's what was available.
No, I ain't saying that she should be banking on the residual checks, but I'm just saying, why resort to the OnlyFans? Like, my point is, women resort to their body to sell instead of their mind or their education to sell. Like, they don't think that maybe I can educate myself and actually make some money. Just like the drug deal.
I agree with you, but I think that
right. I think
it's a easy for them, because if you see, like, imagine it's like when the story they tell about Barry Bonds. They said Barry Bonds was doing everything possible and was one of the greatest players.
Yeah, he was Hall of Famer before juicing. Right.
Yeah, but they said when he realized the easiest way wasn't the way he was doing it. The way they were doing it.
Nah, but
he broke down and said, fine, since this is what they getting credit for is hitting these home runs, I'm gonna hit them too.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I don't see nothing wrong with what Barry Bonds did personally, because
I don't.
It wasn't illegal when he was doing it. It only became, I think, because like they didn't have, I guess the banned substance wasn't banned at the time or something, whatever the case may be. But the
I'm gonna cut
worst,
you off there. He was never caught with it. He
thank
beat the
you.
FBI, which wins 97% of their cases.
Yeah.
Of the federal government,
So
excuse me.
he's
They
never
had an
tested.
FBI probe against him.
Mhm.
He won all 8 of his cases. Look it up. He has never been convicted.
That's
and
what
never
I'm
been caught
saying.
of anything.
But I'm gonna tell you, because Barry was that nigga before. Like he was the man. Like he was nice, but like if you look at his MVPs and his stats before the steroids, if you just stop his career right there, he's Hall of Famer.
Sure
Boy,
is.
listen, he took them steroids. They didn't even want to pitch to him, man. He added, it was like an extra, they was like, it's an extra 0.3 something seconds, but that extra 0.3 something seconds allowed him to see if it was a good ball or a bad ball, and he get the strike in that ball. And I thought he was the man for it. Because like you said, they got Mark McGuire and all of them. All they could do is hit
Yeah.
homers. Okay, so this what y'all call great? Let me
Thank
show
you. This
y'all
what
what great,
calling it? Okay.
right. Let me show y'all what great really is. And everybody was doing it. That's what make his numbers beforehand even better, because he was still doing those numbers before that. It just went to a whole nother astronomical level. Don't get mad at him because he could actually hit the ball without it, and then it just enhanced it.
Steroids can't make you hit the ball. There's
Right,
a reason why Jose Canseco still was a 223 hitter.
Exactly. It's just when
He just hit it far when he hit it, but it didn't make him hit it. Barry Bonds had the fastest swing in baseball. No one could get it through.
Right.
No one could get it through faster than him. And his recognition of the ball, each of those things had nothing to do with steroids. The only thing steroids made happen was when he used to hit a double, that fucker went out of the park.
That's right. That's it.
That's
it.
He
was the man for it. He was the man. So I don't put Barry in that. If he did something that nobody else was doing, then fine. I probably have a different argument. But I do not have no argument for Barry Bonds. He was right to do that. I don't care what nobody say.
But let me stop you. That's why I gave the example of Barry Bonds versus the woman doing OnlyFans. She said the same thing. I'm out here trying to be an actual actress, and these bitches who just showing their ass is making more money than me, and I'm actually trained.
I get what you're saying. But I don't think she's showing her ass on there though, right? She's not. I don't think she's showing her ass. She's showing.
I know she might not have went that far, but the point is, she's saying these other women who I know have nothing to offer are being able to pay their bills, drive nice cars, and I'm sitting up here trying to keep my so-called morals. And sometimes it gets difficult. It gets difficult when you're the kid and you say, I'm trying to keep my morals and go to school, but this guy who's 16 sell the dope. He got all the girls. And sometimes it's difficult. You'll break. There are plenty of men who are in jail right now, and they broke because they wanted women, and they realized the way they were going about it was slow. That was it.
I'm glad I grew up in the environment I grew up in, because I used to watch the drug dealers in that same analogy. I was a horrible drug dealer. I was terrible at it. I tried it. When I'm saying I'm terrible at it, I couldn't do it as good as the other, so I gave up quick. But you're right. But I knew the end game for drug dealers. And she needed to know the end game for OnlyFans. She needed to know the end game for that. The end game is it's going to be shameful in the end. Yes, you're going to get your money and it's good in the beginning, but you're going to regret it later. Like, for example, them city girls and all of them, you know what they say? They say, I don't want my children listening to city girl music. I don't want my children growing up marrying or getting with a city girl. They don't want them getting with what they're portraying, because they know it's a shame. And that's what everybody that does that and do that, when they get older, they're all going to regret it. They're all going to be like, man.
But look at Ice Cube. Ice Cube, all the shit he was saying, he was able to raise a whole family and get past it. Now, maybe that's what's the sexist part of society, that men aren't looked at for doing treacherous things the way women are, because there's a lot of dudes who are drug dealers and they have no problem with the fact that they are now rich and they used to sell drugs. So I think part of it might be your marketing team. If your marketing team is different, you have people like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
you have people like Cardi B. She says she don't want her kids to hear her, but she ain't stopped making the music.
No, and you know that's such a thin line with that, because technically she's right. Remember, Charles Barkley said, "I'm not a role model." So even from the sports perspective, so you can't, like, when it comes to the music, I agree with them a little bit, because Cardi B doesn't make her music for a 10-year-old. So if you let your 10-year-old listen to it, it's your fault. But it's
the same
so,
as that girl didn't make her OnlyFans video for a 10-year-old. She didn't make that OnlyFans video for a 10-year-old.
now with her, so now I'm separating the OnlyFans from the music though. The OnlyFans, I look at the OnlyFans as some straight up hosts, but I don't know what I've never been on OnlyFans, but I look at it from what I hear.
I get you on that. That is
Right.
100% right.
Right.
I'm behind you on that. I'm not trying to say you're wrong.
No. So I get you. No, but I get you. It is for adults. Like OnlyFans is straight up for adults, but the music is supposed to be for adults. Like when I remember Naughty by Nature had this song called Uptown Anthem by it was and I remember my father. Yeah, and so I tell my father, I done found this new song. I told my father, I said, Pop, listen to this song. It's this rap song. Say, man, that shit said you could smoke a spliff with a clip. By the time No Mountain High Enough didn't even come on the part, my father slapped the shit. I said, turn that shit off. Don't be listening to that shit right there. Now he controlled what I could listen to, what I could not. And I think that's what the artists like Cardi B and them are saying. Like when we see them little kids twerking to adult music, Cardi B ain't making them twerk. The parents is making them twerk. So it's a little thinner line. I'm not justifying the type of music. I don't want nobody to get that part twisted.
Well, I think that's another problem though. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you about music. Music is easier accessible,
right,
than an OnlyFans. I can hear this music that's horrible for free.
True that.
Your OnlyFans, I got to somehow get onto it to get somebody that's onto it.
You got to be legal age and stuff like that.
Music have been able to have left a bigger impression on blacks, which is also the people who get in it make more money because this music can be accessed. I remember I had every Luke album. Right. How was I getting this shit?
That Cube album, when you talk Ice Cube, that NWA, I had that album. Yeah.
I didn't have a clean version. As a matter of fact, let me tell you 2 situations that happened with my mom, and it was wrong. And I got one of them, she caught, one of them she didn't. I got lucky because she didn't see. We went to the the video store, and I was looking for movies to watch, and I had been a Terminator fan, a RoboCop fan, and I saw this movie that said The Exterminator. At least I thought it said that. So I picked it up, rented everything. Got home, I told my mom to go watch this movie. She said, I'm sleepy. You can go watch it, but you better go to bed by so-and-so. I put that motherfucking movie in. That nigga came in with the gun, just like everything, had the glasses on. He's shooting her, but he put the gun down. But I keep watching. You see, I said, "Oh my God, this is awesome." You know how you watch porn when you little.
Wait, you said this is awesome.
Yes, you know how you watch porn when you little. You look at the door and they go with the remote so you can turn it on something else. So I'm sitting there watching it. And the next thing was, I love this group called Intro.
I like Intro too.
If you let me come
inside, I'll treat you.
Had no
I'll
idea.
keep you satisfied tonight.
Yes. So I bought the album. She bought it for me. If you
I gotta add that to my play. I'm glad you said I'm about to add that back to my playlist.
Intro album, one of the best. It's
a fire album. The way they did Ribbon of the Sky was good too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
the beginning to end. That's a good album. But let me tell you, on the album version, at the end.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. He come on home and it's like
he said what it is at the end. It's fucking, and they fucking. And I'm like,
they got it in at the end. I said, God damn.
Turn that off.
I mean, they got it in at the end of that song.
Yes. The end of the song just got crazy. And my mom said, you don't turn that off. But I didn't know that that was on there. And again, this wasn't an album that was rated R or parental guidance. Right. It wasn't. So I think music and stuff like that, they're able to sneak that shit in
They
way
are.
too much. Who watched True Lies and didn't notice the line that was given by Bill Paxton?
I say, listen, I bring that up all the time. Ass like a 12-year-old boy.
10-year-old boy. And again, that was also a line that was in the Beatles used that line. And if you think about it, it's with those media, it's easy to sneak shit in that people don't see. Disney did it for years, kept sneaking sex into cartoons.
Hey, you know, in the movie Shrek,
the dog had burned his butt. He was going across the floor, scratching it like that, like rubbing, trying to get it out. He looks right at the camera, stops, and said, I better stop doing this. I'm starting to like it. And then kept on doing it.
Hey, there's a masturbation scene in the movie Shrek. In the movie Shrek, when the little king dude, he's like, "Come on, window, show me the princess, show me the princess." Yes. And then when they show him the princess, you just see him lift the sheet up, and then he look down, and then he look up at the camera, and then he cuts, which lets you know why he's asking to be shown the princess. That's Lord Farquaad.
Oh, they do another one. When they shot the, you know what, make his little buttons, the white stuff to make his buttons, shot in his face. They did it. Right. There's a cat in the hat. Cat in the hat. When the little kid showed him a picture of his mom or what his mom looked like, his tail got hard. It stuck out.
So you're right. Over sexualization is definitely something that is prevalent, like in America. Like it's damn near. It's the one thing that is unavoidable. It's so easy to do, like how you was pointing out. Like if everybody else is making all this, and so you see it, it's so easy to do, and it's hard like to fight because it's so easy for kids to see. You got to monitor everything. Like if you give your kid the phone and let him watch YouTube, you got to watch that because ain't no telling what'll just pop up. And then you be thinking your kid don't. Kids, because they're like a sponge. Like I remember my daughter. If I give my daughter her phone. My phone, she can scroll, she know right where YouTube is at. She know how to scroll, find everything she's looking for. You think she's slow. She ain't slow.
Be telling you how to use it.
Right. They done bought stuff
my
off the damn
told
Play
me
Store.
way more about how to use my phone than I knew how to use my phone.
Yeah. They way smarter. So I give you that. You're right. The music and stuff is so much easily accessible to hear and do. The only thing I don't like is when they record them filming them twerking, when they record and film them doing these things. I was looking at some pictures. Where was I? Somebody was sending me images of kids getting twerked on like for their birthday or something like that. I forgot. I don't know if we was doing this for a show or not. I can't recall, but I remember Scream. Oh, Tommy, did you see
mean when I showed you the 10-year-old boy who the two girls was twerking
That's what
on?
it was. Right. That's what it was. That's I was trying to think what for his birthday. That's what they did.
And so when people hear me, you and I talk about the importance of motherhood, I just don't think they get it that we say, look, like there's even an old saying, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So lady, you've been rocking this child's cradle.
Facts.
You rule this child's world. Why would we not hold you responsible for what that child looks at and thinks is life? Because you're doing it. You can't say these boys and men don't respect women. Well, the first person who taught them how to view women was a woman. And even what Smokey Robinson said, my mama told me you better shop around. He didn't say my mama told me you better settle down. A lot of men learn that hoes ain't shit from their mama. Don't trust these bitches from their mama. They learn these things from their mama. They heard how their mother called other women bitches, other women hoes. There were no man in my house doing that to women because there were no men in the house. So how did I learn how to be as foul-mouthed as I am? Where would I have learned this from?
That's right. And that's another thing women don't want to accept. They think that a black man taught the black boy to say the word bitch and hoe and all that. No, they heard you say it. When you talk about your girlfriend, your best friend, you calling her a bitch. You calling her a hoe. Hey, what's up, bitch? How you doing, child? Oh, I ain't doing nothing, hoe. That's how you talk to each other. And the kids is listening to you talk like that to each other. Kids are parrots. Kids are and kids are supposed to be parrots. Kids are supposed to be emulators. That's why you're supposed to watch what you do around kids, because they're gonna follow what you do. So if you
Why the Targaryen boys call them other boys bastards?
because they knew
They
what they
heard
parent. They knew what
They
they
heard
parents.
the other parents saying it. They
Mhm.
literally heard the other adults calling them boys bastards because they didn't know what bastards were.
Right. But they heard them say it. You the bastards. Hey Tommy, man, what you think of that video I sent you with the damn black women, black women? That video I sent you with the damn the community dude marching in the pomp with the pom poms.
Man,
Mm.
you ruined my day with that. Not only is this nigga 6'7",
Yeah, 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 he
but
was a giant.
Yes, but the fact of, like what you said in the video, they're letting him lead. They would rather let this sweet man lead them before they let an actual man lead them.
That's right. That's what blew my mind the most out of it, because when a black man comes out there strong and say, like, even in this conversation that we're having, if a black woman, if a single mother black woman is listening to what we're saying, we're telling you to correct yourself because you represent the problem. And a real black woman that is doing the things that we're saying they're doing, she knows that she's the problem. And if she corrects herself, as tough as the pill is to swallow, she can swallow it, correct herself. I remember Christ said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." He did not say the truth was going to make you feel nice, warm, and fuzzy. And most of the time, when we telling somebody about themselves, it's supposed to hurt if it's about correcting. So we are literally baptizing women. That's what, that when it burns, when that shit burns, that's the fire Christ said he was coming with. And so when you go out there and say, black women, we gonna lead, they don't want to listen to you, but they will let the homosexual go out in front. You know why? Because the homosexual is not the threat that they think. They so stupid. They hate a masculine man so much they'll let the effeminate man in front of them, and don't even realize, to the men that are curious, you black women are pushing him. You're marching him and say, here's who you should be with. Don't be with me because I want to even be behind the gay man. I do not want to lead the gay man. And every gay man is always in the forefront. When you look at everything, if it's the cheerleading squad, they're in the front. If it's the church, they're in the front. If it's a band, they're in the front. Anything, if they're involved, they're in the front. And you know who's behind? The black woman.
And guess where you don't see these flaming gay dudes at? In other communities. White men are more gay than anybody else. That gay shit is white men. They got that on lock. Mm-hmm. But every time you turn on television, every time you see these black women doing something, it's some gay man with them, whether it's on their shows, whether it's all these places, it's some gay man with them, and he flaming like hell. He extra gay. And you're sitting there thinking, well, we know white men are typically gay. Why ain't a bunch of flaming ass white dudes out here then? They should be the main ones out here. Even when they did Brokeback Mountain, they didn't have no flaming ass white dude out there, just hey, they didn't do this. And why not? Because
they're not going to put themselves
out. The
idea
idea of masculinity can still be preached even amongst their homosexuals.
Yep.
Black people, our homosexuals, have to not only be homosexual, but have to be overly effeminate.
Not only overly effeminate, but I believe that black women hate black men so much, that's why they put the gay man in front. It's almost like a shot at the real man. Like, we hate y'all so much, we gonna let the gay man be in front and then lead us. Just to smite him in the face. And that's the other part. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that one, and I think that the reason why they'll lead, because they view, like you said, him as less of a threat, because he lies to them. He is sneaky with what he does. He is like the serpent who she first listened to over her man, because the gay man does not let his intentions be known. He swears up and down, girl, just like you. Whenever you tell that gay man about your man problems, ladies, why he always on your side? Why he always listen to you? And that's why they like listening to him, because the gay man is going to tell them, yeah, girl, keep putting on this weave, put on as much as you can, because he want to be able to look like you. He don't mind telling you to tat up your neck and shoulders and chest because he can still look like you. He wants you to do everything possible to make it easy for him. When you lose your femininity, he gains his. Let me say this again for the people who don't hear me.
That's a bar.
When you lose your femininity, he gains his.
And there's a person's text me and said, and gay men take black women mannerisms, and black women love that shit. Because when you think about it, I don't care what the race is, if they are of the community, whenever they sass, it's a black woman. Whenever they got attitude, it's a black woman. They take all the mannerisms. It's damn near like black women don't even realize how much of a detriment that attitude is. That attitude that y'all put on Front Street is what the earth uses when they want to show something demeaning. So if the homosexuals of every race is using your attitude when they want to act funky, what does that say about your attitude to the earth? Like, let that sizzle in your spirit. Is your attitude to the earth good? Or is your attitude the one attitude we display when we want to look like shit? You gotta let that sizzle in your spirit. Like, and again, we're baptized. This is the baptism of black women section. This is to free you. Your attitude is not good. There's space for the spiciness. Like when we say attitude, we're not talking about being a go-getter. We're not talking about aggressively pursuing your career or job or having confidence in what you know. What we're talking about, and all of y'all know, the whole sassing, the whole being disrespectful, beating down your man, putting homosexuals in the front of a man. Like, y'all know exactly what we mean when we talk about that attitude that y'all have. And if you can free yourself from that, if you could just stop supporting, if you could do one thing for me, black women, just stop supporting the gay community. You would just grow exponentially if you just stop doing it. Because all they're trying to do is just replace you. Because the more you prop them up, the more you're telling what I call curious or half a homo men that this is the way to go. If you
and then what you're doing is, but the biggest thing they're doing is this. And I hate to cut you off, but I'm saying the biggest thing that they're doing is this. They're making it to where those men are seeing your shortcomings as you are becoming more and more masculine. And they are now telling you that those straight men or men that are curious are coming to them because they know how to be more. And isn't that what Sassy Santana said? Because even the gay men know how to be better women to men than you do.
Right.
That cold, shit-faced attitude that you have perfected has left you where you are now.
Right.
You can't keep constantly say, I don't need a man, and then be surprised that you don't have one. That's just like me saying, I don't need a job, and I won't have one.
Right.
I don't need money. Well, then you'll manifest that. That idea of I don't need a man, but they never turn it into, but I had a child with a man. Why doesn't he need a man? Because that child needed a man to make that child. So they need a man, even though you feel like you don't. Because in order to have that child, lady, you know what you needed? A man.
Yeah. A brother put it.
Fuck you gonna say you don't need a man when you got a child when you needed a man to get the child. Somebody need to write that on a card. You can't say, once you have a child, you can no longer say you don't need a man because you literally needed a man to have the child.
There's a brother put a scripture that I just want to read it. This is Deuteronomy 20:56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom and toward her son and towards her daughter. I mean, it don't get no more plainer than that. Black women, y'all got to wake up. Hey, I want to announce to y'all because I really got a short time, maybe to 10:30, maybe, because I do need to pack. But I think during this section, I said we was inviting people on. Were we doing that or no?
Yeah, you can go ahead and let them on. I'm gonna show you one thing, then you want to let them on. Can I show you something?
Yeah, no, definitely. Show me. Yeah, no, take your time. Good.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna tell you what it means.
Okay, no problem.
Take a look at this. hold on a second. That's the wrong one. It's the right one, but it's the long version, and I don't want y'all to see the long version because that's the version y'all need to see on the website. Here's a shorter version of it, though.
Okay.
Okay, here's the shorter version. Check it out.
To Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to review this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't go for the ball at all. She didn't go for the ball at all. Now, let me tell y'all what I did. If you go to the website at tjskoc.com, you'll hear my opinion. It's a wonderful video, but I will give you a little bit of what I said. I said there's 3 reasons why she hit that woman in the head. One is because a lot of black women are jealous of white women. 2, she's jealous that that girl hair grow out of her scalp while she got to play basketball with a hot-ass wig on. And 3, this happened today on Father's Day, and Angel Reese doesn't have one. That's right. You see Caitlin Clark, her dad is online defending her. Her dad and her brothers and her mother and her, this thing called family. That's who's behind her. You know who's behind Angel Reese? You single bitter bitches online who are trying to make everything be about race and claim that this girl is so great when y'all refuse to go to her games. That's why she don't sell out hers, but Caitlin Clark sells out hers. See, misery loves company, and y'all love to prop other black women up and make them feel like the world is against them instead of tell them the right thing, that maybe the world is against them for a good reason. Y'all didn't turn around and make a lot of these women feel like they got to fight the world when there's no fight to be had. Black women are so secure in the fight that y'all wake up every day to get online to look for something that pisses you off, not for something that praises you. And you claim you want to be praised. She knocked the shit out of this girl and then was happy that somebody else knocked the girl down last time they played. And why is it that you're constantly painting and willing to make yourself be the villain? Why is it you couldn't be the one that's gracious? Why is it you couldn't be the one who spoke nicely every time they asked? Who bit your tongue for the sake of your reputation? That's what I ask. What did you see when you saw that?
I saw like the venom for Caitlin Clark. Like you said, like she applauded when I think the other girl Booger hooked her through it, hooked her and I said Booger hook. I ain't said that in a long time. Booger hooked her and knocked her to the damn ground. And then so she does this. I think there's a bounty on Caitlin, me personally. I think there's a bounty in the WNBA on Caitlin. And it's such a sad, like we talked about this on the last show that we did where Caitlin is supposed to be their cash cow. That's what Caitlin is supposed to be. Because now here's the sad part about the WNBA as a whole. With all the popularity and the frenzy that Caitlin is bringing to the WNBA, and even to an extent the Angel Reese or what they're doing to her, they're still expected to lose $50 million on the season because don't nobody want to see that shit. Yeah, they don't nobody want to see this shit. Like really, and that's what I mean when I say, which makes it worse what Angel Reese is doing by them hurting her like that. Really, they should be embracing her. They shouldn't touch her because she could be the one that maybe that 50 million wouldn't be so bad. Maybe they could reverse it if they didn't. Like they think playing the villain. I don't know if she went to the Draymond Green class. I don't know what class she went to. I don't know if she saw Draymond Green and said, man, I want to be like that. That's what I want to be. She should have went to the LeBron class, to the Patrick Mahomes class. She should have went to the class where they're going to see that this woman is raising the bar. And if they want to have an actual career, and if the league loses 50 million, do you think they say to themselves, we should keep this league going? Or do they say to themselves, man, we need to cut back some teams. We need to get rid of some teams. When the NBA merged with the ABA was failing. They was fleeting. And so the ABA merged with the NBA. And what that meant was some of the teams in the ABA, they don't play no more because they got merged. They had to go. So that's the WNBA don't have an NBA to go to. All they have is the WNBA. So the more they hurt this girl, the more that these women show, as I always say, as you said earlier that when you and your daughter went to the mall, you saw these women with these faces on their face and like, why are they so mean? Why are they so evil? All this shows is that women hate women. Women hate women in the sport. Women hate women outside the sport. Because the feminist movement, as bad as the feminist movement is, they don't even support the damn WNBA. They don't. You know why? Like we brought out last week. Because they know niggas don't want men in general, they know don't want to watch that sport. And women want to watch the sports their man wants to watch. They're not trying to get them to watch the WNBA. They're not going to do that. Don't nobody want to see no women. Okay.
Hey, that's a perfect example of women follow men.
Right.
Women follow men.
Thank you.
They really do. We will sit and watch a team, and our girl will be a fan of the team. I know a lot of girls; they'll be a fan of whatever nigga they dating. If he's a fan of the Patriots, she now wearing Patriots.
Yeah.
She don't give a shit. She's just a fan of the man she's with.
She don't even know the position. She don't know offense, defense. She don't know none of that. She just know my man like this. I'm watching this because he watching it. She gonna sit up there, and the jersey gonna be the sexy jersey. It ain't gonna be the overplayed jersey. The jersey gonna be the right jersey. Because she know if I watch this game with my man, he gonna give me something afterwards.
And it's more time with my man. Like when a woman love you, she know the easiest way to spend more time with you is to do the shit you like.
Exactly.
She'll do it. If he like watching this game on Sunday, I can either complain about him watching it and we fight over it,
right?
Or I can watch it with him and just lay up under it.
And not just fight over it, and he gonna leave and he gonna go to the bar and watch it. And might meet a bitch there that's gonna watch the game with him at the bar. I'm trying to get rid of the bitch at the bar. I'm gonna watch the football game. I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't know what's going on, but for these 3 hours, we watching football together.
It's about a bitch gonna go to the bar to get me in.
Yeah.
They know Sunday they gonna go watch the game
right at the sports bar. That's right.
There. I'm gonna show up and.
That's what it is. I mean, you can't beat that. So Angel Reese and them, they gotta stop. Listen, and y'all know this is heavy. Y'all know this is strange coming from me. Y'all gonna have to stop abusing that white woman. She's your cash cow. She's your cash cow. If y'all want to be successful, and they grab when LeBron came in, you got to go back to Mike. Mike was the first real cash cow in sports. Mike brought the sneaker to the league. Mike brought more commercials to the league. Mike brought sponsorship to the league. And the only issue they had with Mike was they did not want him to win a championship. They did not have a problem with the sponsorship and the viewership that he brought. And then he spawned copycats. So everybody they had the song, want to be like Mike. Everybody came in wanting to be like Mike. Then you had other players that came in, and the more they brought to the league, the more money they brought to the league, everybody liked it because it means I can get more money.
Yep.
Man, y'all want to learn something? My general said, what's wrong with the WNBA? They need more D. They ain't got enough D in the WNBA.
If they ain't talking about defense,
No.
if they would stop all that carpet punching.
That's right. And getting more D in the WNBA, they wouldn't be so pent up with frustration at Caitlyn. If they're getting more D, they'll be able to handle it and then deal with it from there.
If they had more D, they probably could have more O's.
That's right. There you go. See how that shit work? We baptizing y'all. We baptizing y'all. Listen, my general put in there said Magic worked with Bird. Magic and Larry Bird work together.
They were sitting there. We hate each other. They literally was on commercials together. You remember McDonald's commercials?
Right.
Converse athletes.
Exactly.
One represents the white, one represents the black, and nobody was nicer than Magic. Magic had $1 million smile, they used to call it. And this was back when white people didn't want to see black males succeed.
Do they know how fire it would have been if when they got drafted, if Caitlyn and Angel Reese did a commercial like that?
They've been best friends.
If they just one commercial, going to some McDonald's or whatever sponsor, whatever Nike, whatever it was, just one commercial of them together would change the WNBA. They think they helping. One thing I give Caitlin credit, I'm gonna give it right to you, Tom. One thing I give Caitlin credit though, Caitlin ain't feeding into the bullshit either way.
At all.
I give her, you gotta give her a round of applause. She don't feed into those that supporting her or the ones that's hating her. She just play ball. Gotta give her credit for that.
And that's what I was saying. Like, the whole idea is Angel Reese knows that the only way she'll be something to black women is to feed into black women's insecurity of white women.
Yep.
If she went out there and played the I'm cool with her too, we down, she believes that she won't then have the large group of black women because the black women already don't support the league. But if she was smart, she would have said, fuck that. I would rather be cool with the people who support the league. We got to stop being worried about being called sellouts, coons, and stupid shit like that. Why would you want to be the face of the angry black woman, the over-sexualized black woman? And then I even showed this girl, they showed these women going to games. They had this thing going around. And the first girl was this woman named something Kardashian. She's a mixed chick.
Mm-hmm.
And every nigga was like, that bitch played basketball? Tall bitch chick, fine as hell. And I said, you ever notice that this girl is heterosexual, biracial, which is already going to get the other girls out in her, not in her favor? Because I heard so many black girls before then talk about how colorism got people saying she fine. No, that girl fine. But they would never let her be pushed out into the front because of how she looks. You can't be that person. Colorism is really serious. And that's what I don't get, is that the women are cutting off their nose to spite their face. Y'all are losing this money because you got a bunch of white people who are only there to support that white girl, and that's true. Mm-hmm. But that's money that goes to all of y'all, not the white girl. It goes to every ticket they buy. Y'all get the money, not the white girl. That white girl got the same small contract that y'all got.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get the money. When they had to put her in a private jet, guess what happened to all the teams? They all got one.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you're supposed. Man, you can't be. It's hard to say you're a sellout in sports when you're building the sport. The sport, like if you're in a business, I own a business. So in my business, I got to work with whites and Africans and Arabs and all different races. Am I a sellout because I'm working with this white guy to get my product? Hell no. So if you're in sports, you can't be a sellout. You can't. It's impossible. So with that said, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. With that said, Tommy put the link in the chat. So if y'all want to come in, we'll take a few callers. I mean, we'll keep talking until then, but if y'all want to come in, we'll take a few callers. I see Numbers Magazine has something you want to say, or if anybody got something to say, you want to come in on here and ask a question. We haven't taken callers in a long time. It'd be very interested to see. This is a dumbass. Yeah, I hope Numbers Magazine can come in here and explain what he just said. I just saw the comment that when you put the link in the chat, I just saw the comment of what you said of what he said. So, but
they're just going to do exactly what they were doing when we first started, and I told you they were going to do it. They're going to try their best to just try to create some kind of tension. Right. Because whenever someone says bringing me down or bringing you down, I would love for them to be able to tell the because if you say I'm bringing somebody down, then what you got to do is tell me how the numbers went down when I came on. Well, that's what you need to be able to do. But you can't explain it. You just want to say it. So an individual is so insecure, i.e. Angel Reese. Angel Reese was so insecure that she went along with this one group of people that ain't helping.
Wait. You do realize now, is this Numbers?
It's Duke Pharaoh. Happy Father's Day, fellas, because I know y'all some good fathers.
What's going on, brother? Let me just say something real fast before you speak, right? I pay attention to this show. I listen to this show all the time, right? I'm a great fan. I'm a fan of the TNT show. It's my job to watch the show, listen, and hear what was said in the beginning, how to tie it into the end, how I took what Tommy said to his father, tied it into the end. So earlier in the show, I made a point to say, bitch is not gender-based. But usually when we call a man a bitch, it's because they did something feminine. And Tommy just called Numbers Angel Reese. And y'all don't realize Tommy is calling the dude a bitch.
Oh shit! This is Tommy Sotomayor.
I just want to.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's Tommy.
Sotomayor.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
What?
Yeah,
excuse me for my language. What's up, Tommy? What's the deal? Hey,
you
man,
didn't.
salute.
Hey, wait, hold on. Before you do that, you didn't know the show you was joining before you saw him?
No, I just
wait. So you just saw the So you just saw the link and just clicked it?
That's all I ever do. I know the link. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. Hey, no Diddy, you a legend, my boy.
Hey, give him his flowers, man.
You a legend.
Appreciate it.
You a legend.
What made you join though, bro?
What made me join? I'm drunk. I just got me some pussy tonight for Father's Day, and I'm like, let me see if other niggas' fathers got some pussy.
Tommy, what? Wait, Tommy. So the first caller we bring in, the first caller Tommy bring up in here. He drunk and just got him something. And he met Tommy though. He met Tommy, the legend. Tommy, this is classic. I gotta make a clip. Tommy, I'm gonna make a clip out of this. I'm gonna make a clip out of this.
Look, everybody know me do Pharaoh. Dukefaro, but it's all three right now. But Tommy Sotomayor, you motherfucking legend. Now, fellas, happy Father's Day to all you, good and bad. You did what God said. You created more life. Whether you didn't do it right or did it good, it doesn't matter. If you got some panocha tonight, you a legend.
Appreciate it, brother.
Well, thank you for joining us, man. We're still waiting on numbers.
Yeah. Is it okay if I chill? Because Tommy Sotomayor, this is crazy.
Well, we go ahead. Well, but we're on a bit of a time constraint because as fathers, we both gotta go.
I will be quiet. I'm a student. Let me chill. Tommy. What's the name?
It's all you, Tommy. This all you, Tommy. Right here.
Brother sorry, man.
I haven't did nothing wrong. We wait on numbers. Numbers, where you at?
Yeah, look, he joined. Listen, you heard him, Tommy? He joining in on the show. He said, we waiting on numbers. Numbers, where you at? That's what he just said.
Hey, I'm Sotomayor.
Okay, I tell you what, brother. If you could just mute while we do the rest of the show. Can you do that?
And Cap, there's a couple more brothers on here. We'll just bring them both on and see what happens.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely.
I will go with Bando, Kev, and Saint. And remember, I put the link out there. If y'all go want to hit it, y'all can come up here. Go ahead. We'll start with Saint first, and then Kev. Go ahead, Saint.
Hey, shalom, Captain Cesario. Shalom, Tommy. What's going on, panel?
What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
Man, blessed, brother. I just wanted to say concerning the topic, man. Unfortunately, the Black American woman has adopted misandrous tendencies, which is to hate the existence of men and boys, which is very heavily pushed in American society. So, like my wife, for example, had corrected this lady and told the lady, happy husband, happy life. And the lady, it just ruined the lady's day for my wife to say that, you know, like my mom and my aunties be mad at my wife because she okay with me having another rib. I mean, Captain, you know how the Israelites get down, you know, they just, you know how we get down, brother. You got a few ribs. So, you know, like, when it comes to the biological nature of men, right, a lot of women are not even really willing to sincerely learn how we work biologically. And to be quite frank and honest, a lot of women are offended in the biological makeup of men. So I didn't want to be too long. I'm gonna park my car right there, and I appreciate you brothers for letting me on.
No problem, brother, at all. I don't know if
listen, Saint, I'm trying to get a real cage, bro. You know, I'm trying to get the whole cage. I'm trying to get
the real cage.
It's lawful.
What's that like?
And
10?
you know what,
Is that
Tommy?
like 10 on how many ribs on each side? That's like 10. Hey, bump it. I'm getting a rib cage with Tommy too. We both get 2 orders of rib cages. Can we get that order, please?
I mean, even when you look outside of the scriptures, right, brother, according to biology, that's just the biological nature of men. By nature, we have many wives. You don't get 7+ billion people on earth living monogamously. So a lot of times people just hate you for the biological makeup of who you are. Could you imagine if the world hated women for just their biological makeup in general? Like, men don't get any credit for living monogamously, you know, and a lot of men do it to please women because it's in our nature to procreate. So I used to be on the West Coast with my ex-wife, right, Captain? And I would wonder why when her friends came around and I knew that they wasn't with men, right, that I couldn't stop looking at them, or I had to fight nature not to shoot my shot. And all this time, this is our biological makeup. So a lot of women are not humble enough to actually learn how men work and operate. And they hate our existence, you know?
I got to ask you, Cap, to elaborate on what he just said. And I'm telling you, we still got to do that show. You got to do it just for my audience to be able to hear, because I don't know. But have you experienced what he said he experienced, where other people will just see how you living, not that you living bad or you ruining anybody's life, and have a problem with it, and sometimes try to even interject with one of your wives and say, "Girl, how you do that?"
Yeah, yeah. I actually closed off from a social media perspective. I closed off like access to my personal life as much, because when I became popular, it's almost like the more popular I got, the more venom would come with it. So you would have people inbox like, you dealing with that? You staying with him? How you doing this? How you doing that? So yes, you can. You go through that. Like that's a life. Listen, that cat Polite. You know Polite, right? I'm pretty sure you know that guy Polite. He's in jail for R word and an underage girl, by the way, right? When me and him was going at it, there's a video where we're on the street and I tell him cross the line because he was talking shit and he didn't want to cross the line. He go and find one of my exes and did a whole show with her where they called me an alcoholic, they called me a child molester, they called me a woman beater, I was a deadbeat, and the whole 9 yards. That woman said, I have a daughter that has Down syndrome. That woman said that my daughter can't come to my school, can't come to the events and stuff that I do within my organization. So I went through it like firsthand, like what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and it's sad that people have to resort to that level. If we challenge it man to man, nobody. Well, I don't know how that feels because nobody's ever actually one up me in that challenge. So maybe I would have to feel that to know if I would want to resort to talk about somebody's family. But I've never thought that if you one up somebody that now I got to talk about their family. It's a debate, y'all. It's a battle. It's not real life. I'm not coming at your check. I'm not trying to take a check, your job, or no shit like that. It's a battle on the subject. But you got lunatics out there, and something about knowing that you have other women and you bold enough to say that you have other women, I think it breeds jealousy. When a man can say, I have 4 wives, I have 7 wives or 6 wives, the men around you that hate you, it's because they can't do what you're doing. It's almost like a
Cap, if you notice this, you can brag to your homeboys about cheating on your women.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is it I can brag about doing it behind their back? But if I brag about I don't have to do it behind their back, they gonna hate on that. They gonna try to bring that up.
You know why? Because the hiding shit is what we all doing. Because it's like we all afraid of our woman. Now you got the balls to not be afraid of your woman and stand up to her. And I can't. I gotta keep lying to my woman. So I was out with the fellas. I was drunk, pouring beer on my side. I had a partner of mine. If he cheated, he would just pour the beer on himself and say, I got too drunk. I got too drunk. I got too drunk. That's what he would do. So that's what they would do to hide it. It's almost like you let a brother be too successful, Tommy. A brother be too successful, get hate from other brothers. So
look at me.
Exactly.
I said the shit niggas say in barbershops. I said the shit you're supposed to say quiet out loud. And the same brothers who knew I was right now went on a crusade talking about some, he a coon, he a seller. Because what they kept on not understanding was I talked that shit and still had the same black women that y'all chased. I was still with them. They didn't see me with no ugly bitch. They didn't see me. They kept seeing me with a fine woman, and it bothered them. So then they started going in, and y'all black women who fuck Tommy, y'all stupid. Who called 911 and the dick police showed up? But these niggas, they really got their badges. They the dick police. And I heard a lot of people say that a lot of these men who are doing that, they believe that these men are undercover. Because why is it so many men wondering why you and this brother, y'all girls put up with that? Like, what you talking about?
I've never. That's called dirty macking. I ain't never heard of dirty macking on a man because he got women. As you must not have women. I think there's a certain level of man loving that men do to people like a Tommy or myself. Hey, Tommy, there's this app this app called Clubhouse, right? And I go through this on YouTube too, but there's this app on when I go in the room and I'm just sitting there listening, and men will know I'm in the room and will immediately start talking about me. Immediately want to engage and shit like that. And it's homosexual. It's like homoerotic, whatever got homo in it. That's what it is. It's like they love you like a woman should love a man, but they're a man and they can't just come out, of course, and say I love you like that because then they're gonna be gay. So they gotta fight you. Because what did a black woman do? She fights you when she loves you. So now they acting like an angry black woman with that. Like, that's insane to me. You know what I mean?
Back
But
to what you said, bitches, bitches unisex.
I told you it's unisex.
I'm gonna get to the other brother in a minute, but we got numbers. He came back.
Yeah, I saw it.
Numbers. What's up?
The end gave it away. So what's up, numbers?
What's good? What's good?
I don't know.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
I was listening in. Oh shit! First off, shit. What's up, Tommy? Tommy, a legend, man. I've been rocking with Tommy for like years on here, but he be just saying some wild stuff. You know what I mean?
You said I bring the show down.
How you gonna come up in here trying to kiss ass? Say in the chat you say Tommy bringing my numbers down. Now you want to lie? Yes, you did.
I say bringing the brand down. Come on, be accurate. You supposed to be accurate.
Brand, no problem. Brand numbers, same shit.
It's a different.
But then you come in here saying, "Yeah, I've been rocking with Tommy for years." I'm confused.
Well, I can help unconfuse you. When I say rocking with, I mean, this is YouTube, so he's been on my timeline for years, and it's funny, it's entertaining, it's funny, but it's like it's inaccurate, it's hateful. He sound hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on, stop. Let's deal with each one you just said. What was inaccurate?
The body bag session.
The body bag session. Well, the inaccurate.
Yeah, this is the body bag session.
The inaccurate part would be like acting like black women are a monolith, like they all the same, like, you know what I mean, and speaking on them like that. Like, show some accuracy.
Hold on, when you say the words, I gotta help you out. When you say it, and you said quote, you specifically, like when you told him,
yeah,
you said inaccuracy. In order to say that I said something that was inaccurate, you'd have to show me what I said and then show me what was accurate. That you'd have to show me what the accurate version of it. You cannot just say, once you start going by what you just said, you make it seem like, no, I didn't say this. So I can't be inaccurate if you took something I said and then formulated your own opinion of it. If you said 5 + 5 is 9, I didn't formulate my own opinion. I know that 5 + 5 is 10, and I can show you how you're inaccurate. Even if I wanted to break it down as short as get an abacus and give you 5 and then put 5 more over there. That's how I can show you that you're inaccurate.
I ain't even got through my piece yet. That's called, what you're doing right now is a filibuster, and you're giving.
No, it isn't. Salad. I'm saying I need you to do that. You shouldn't have to take that.
All he's asking you to do is bring up the stats. Wait, hold on, brother. You can get it. But all he asking you to do is to bring up the stats with the statement. Like, you making a statement, but where are the stats to back up your statement?
Okay. Am I going to speak like uninterrupted?
Yes, go ahead. Tell them how I'm in. What I said that was inaccurate. What I said, not what you thought.
Okay, thank you. When you say black women, you're speaking of them like they're a monolith and like they're all the same. And that is inaccurate. How simple is that?
Give me what I said about black women.
What I mean, I can go for which one from today's episode?
That's what I said. Give me one. If I've done so many, give me one.
I'll give you one. I think how they're all angry or they're all hateful. Like,
I never said they were all angry. I never said they were all hateful.
All right. We playing, but you know what you represent. And
no, so wait a minute. Hello, sir.
Bro, stop cutting me off. Let me spit for a second. Y'all been
because you won't say words like we playing.
Y'all been on here for
talk to me like an adult. I didn't talk to you like that. Don't say we playing, because I'm not playing.
I mean, can I get 30 seconds without you speaking?
Yes, without you. Here, do me a favor. I haven't tried to put what you say in a way.
All right.
Don't
That's
do
what's
it
up.
to me.
That's what's
I'm
up.
not playing. This is who I am. So
I know.
don't add those things to what I say.
All right. Well, when I said playing,
Just
that's
speak on what I
playing.
say.
Yeah, I did. And so what I was saying is, with you speaking like that, having Cap next to you, I feel like it brings the brand down. You know what I'm saying? Because Cap, I rock with him over on Sonetta. You know what I mean? I be beating up Hebrews all the time. And so, like, to see him in this vein is just wow, because I know what you really stand for. And he be going hard on Africans, and you go hard on black women. So y'all two together is like an odd couple. Like, it's just it's entertaining.
Sound like you envious.
Bro, you said hit the link. I hit the link and told you what I thought.
No, I'm and I listened to you, and it just sounds like you envious.
You think envious of what? Beating up black
Because
women and hating Africans because
you
think
said
they're
so.
not in the 12 tribes?
You said that you.
Wow.
Here's what you said. You said that he's bringing the brand down, but I listened to you say you've been watching Tommy for a while and you watching us, and that now we're an odd couple. We can't be that odd. We've been together since March, maybe before March. It could have been February. Have you seen this? If you're gonna talk about Tommy saying black women allow, I said the same shit. We just didn't say all. We just say black women.
Right.
If we
Right.
say, can we say black men are animals?
I mean, that'd be a wild statement.
I'm
And I would
asking a
probably,
question. Can
I
I
would say
say
nah. I
so?
say you
Why
shouldn't.
can't can I say white men put drugs in the black community?
Nah, you can say the CIA did. You need to speak with
Can I
accuracy.
wait? No. Can I'm asking a yes or no? Can I say white men put drugs in the black community?
No, you can't say that.
Because
Can you
have
Because
say
be
white people
specific.
own slaves? Can I say white people own slaves?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Y'all speaking like so surface.
I'm asking you, can't see what you're doing. I just asked you,
I
can
got
I
a quick
say
question for numbers.
Yeah, he tried to get me to do a yes or no. This ain't no yes or
So
no.
then you won't do it. Okay, so
speak
here's my
accurate.
point. We speak in general all the time. People speak in general all the time. That is all the statement is. Anybody with any common sense knows that if a person's speaking in general, they're not saying all. Just like when you say black women got big asses. Not all black women got it, but I ain't never heard nobody say, you can't generalize black women like that. When you sit up there and say black women are intelligent, nobody jumps in and say, I know some dumb black bitches. It's stupid that y'all accept general statements that make you feel good. When they say black men got big penises, no black man steps up and say, I don't. That's a lie. You can't generalize us.
Right.
That's
Hey,
my
in the
point.
Webster's
So if you
dictionary.
understand what a generalization is, you wouldn't stick on it. People who stick on a generalization and keep on trying to tell a person mean all, and that's why when you said what you said. See, when he said you were envious, you didn't like to hear it. And yet when you tried to say I was hurt, you think I'm gonna want to hear that shit? Maybe we should stop talking to each other that way.
Right.
Especially if you don't know.
I didn't say I didn't want to hear it.
Hey,
He's allowed to say what he wants to say.
Let me just read this definition of what Tommy was saying. This is in the Webster's dictionary. Generally speaking, idiom. Used to say that a statement describes a general feeling or opinion relating to or affecting all people or things in a group. Generally speaking. It's in the dictionary how we speak. It's in English grammar how we speak.
Yeah, and what happens is when it becomes repetition, when you only give one side, then it adds a whole different context to it. And then when you build your brand around that hidden context, then people can look at Tommy and be like, yo.
I told you envious,
he
Tommy. He wish he can have your brand.
But you don't even know me like that to even say that.
He's mad at your
You
brand.
didn't know me like that to say any of the things you said.
Wait, you can't speak like that. You can't speak like that when you've been doing that. You've been listen, how are you getting so emotional? Hey, why are you so emotional when we say things about you, but when you say things about us, we just have the conversation?
Nah, far from emotional. Y'all be over talking.
Look at how you acting.
Let me turn my camera on. You think I'm looking wild? Hold on. No, I'm in the crib. I'm chilling. What's up? Big KMT. You know what I mean? I ain't got no issues. What I'm saying is my buddy over here, Mr. Tommy, has built a whole brand on some black women hatred stuff. So seeing you sitting next to him is wild. And I called it a odd couple. But it's entertaining.
Let me ask you a question.
So if I call something wild, That means I'm envious. Think of what you're saying. You like grab that same dictionary and show me where you can make that make
I
sense.
want to ask you one,
And
but
that's
just
for
one
him.
question, Tommy.
I gotta ask
question.
you one thing.
Okay,
He said,
let me get like 20
please
seconds.
let me
get
ask
20
you something,
seconds.
sir. Let me ask you something. You said if I say wow,
Filibuster.
does that mean I'm envious? So what have I said then that means I'm hateful?
We just went over that, but I want to play your game.
No, we
I want to
didn't.
speak the cap now. We did.
No, we
I gave
didn't.
you like. I gave
You didn't
like
tell
You
them
didn't- you didn't
anything
show-
I
that's
said
right.
that was hateful. You didn't
Right.
tell them one line I said that was hateful.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have your transcribed statements for me to read back to you. If that's what you're asking for.
So are
But
you
what I'm telling
generalizing? So are you generalizing, Tommy?
am I generalizing, Tommy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I know he's built the brand on that.
If you
Like,
if you
it
don't
be-
have
it be
nothing,
his
if you don't
title.
have nothing specific, then you are generalizing. You're using the same idiom that you said we can't use.
Okay. Well, this is how you know
And
it's not generalized.
but I need to ask you a question though. You say how you said Tommy
Y'all
built the
wildin'.
brand. You see how you said Tommy built this brand off of black women, right? You said you watch us on Sinetta, right?
I think I seen Tommy on there like years
Right.
ago.
No,
It's
but
been
you
a
watch
while.
him. So you watch me on Sinetta, right?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with ISUBK, right?
Yeah, I rock with him. I rock
What
with
do
him.
they say? What do they say our reputation is in regards to black women? Is it like Tommy's or is it something different?
I would say it's a little different. You hide it. You hide it on Sinetta, but on here you let it look.
No.
So
I'm gonna ask you the question again. Are you telling
I just
me?
answered it.
Are you telling me on Sinetta's channel, Jabari and Sinetta does not play when my general calls the black woman a bitch and say this is what ISUBK is about? Are you saying that?
You gonna let me answer, or you gonna cut me off right
I'm
when I start
asking you a
talking?
question.
Okay. The difference is you keep it. You go for males and females. He goes strictly females. You hate Africans because for whatever reason, but
We're not talking
he
about
only.
Africans right now. We talk about black women.
Well, I'm talking. Well, I'm saying what I'm saying. That was my answer. I'm saying you hit
Asked
the
you
males.
what is ISUPK's perception when it comes to dealing with black women. That was very simple. You can
Right.
say it's graceful, you can say it's loving, but what he asked you, what is their perception?
I answered that first thing I said. I answered
No,
that.
you
and
said
then
him.
Who is him?
Me, you
You
said me.
told
I'm
Cap.
asking.
I'm
Right.
talking
I'm
to Cap.
You
asking.
I'm
hide
talking.
it. You said you
I'm
hide
asking you
it.
about ISUPK's reputation.
ISUPK, their reputation for black women is harsh as hell. It's a little more hidden because you also harsh on black men. Now, Tommy goes on one way, and it's entertaining though. So it's like Rush Limbaugh. It's like this shit's offensive, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? I wouldn't. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I think I'm being
So it
clear as
sounds like
hell.
you're saying. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. So it sounds like you're saying we got the same reputation, but you think I talk about black men, so it's okay if I talk about black women. But
No,
what
no,
I want to
I got I
one
got
second.
bars for you too. That's inaccurate. That's more inaccuracies. Now bars for you too.
You just got
because
finished saying I talk about both sides. I talk about black men too. Didn't you just say that?
yes,
So that's
everybody
why
heard
you
me say
trying.
it.
So that's why you trying to make me be lesser than Tommy.
No.
You said
That's
it's
not
not
what
the
I'm saying.
same because I'm both sides. Listen,
Well, let me explain.
listening is an
I
art.
can
I just
explain.
heard you say. I just heard you say no. It's
You're just saying
different
anything.
because y'all hide it because you talk about men too, and Tommy only talks about women. That's what you just said.
I'm saying, but what part is confusing you?
Nothing is you confused. I'm not confused.
You're
I just
repeating
said
my
based.
statement.
Right, I'm repeating your. You see this shit, Tommy? So I'm
Y'all
repeating
wow.
your statement to show you because remember your argument is that we don't match. That's your argument.
It's not a
But
okay.
his opinion, his view of
Y'all
black
just
women.
talk. We should put a
His,
clock up because y'all just talk back and forth. I
no,
can.
I'm trying to
I say
help. I'm
like
trying
three
to help
words
you
and
out.
y'all jump
Remember,
in.
you said he's bringing the brand down, and you
Yeah.
said we don't match. His
Yeah.
opinion and views of black women is our opinion and views of black women. They
And that
wild.
brings the brand down because we know how he rock. So now that we like, damn, that's what you really be on. That's I mean, you kind of explaining why it's bringing the brand down.
Okay, so
Because
now we at a point. Got you. So now because I'm now talking according to you, because I'm talking like Tommy, that's bringing my brand down. So now I need you to show me where my brand is down. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, well, that's an opinion. I'm not doing the
Whose
analytics on
opinion?
your page.
Whose
Andrew,
opinion?
Big KMT, the Numbers Magazine. Me, the person you talking to. Who else opinion is gonna be? My neighbor? It's my opinion, brother. But let me rock for a second. Like I said, y'all been on for like an hour. You can give a brother like 2 minutes to rock real quick. So this is what I'm really saying. I'm saying that Mr. Sotomayor his brand has been built on like a whole bunch of like just wild ass statements. It's entertaining though, so don't think I'm dissing. It's not a diss. It's like it's dark humor. It's dark, super dark humor. And I'm saying, so seeing Captain sit next to you and y'all kind of go back and forth and trade it lets me see a different side of him. Because usually he's in a debate ring, he's showing discipline. He really, you know, he bringing up scripture. He doing something different. So this him like after hours. This how he rock. You know what I'm saying? When he on here with people like y'all. So my opinion was, yeah, it's bringing the brand down because it makes me look at you different. And I just may be a voice of more people that won't step up here and say it and demand their time to speak. Other people might just be saying this shit in their crib. But I'm gonna get up here and say it. So that's what I was saying. And
Remember, you
find solutions to our problem if we don't actually address the actual problem. If we don't talk about the problems, I'm just wondering. I mean, because there's obviously a culture of Black women that he's talking about, and they know what they're doing. They know who they are. Right. Yes or no? Would you agree that there's issues with the culture that we live in? Is there issues that we have?
I'm about to answer. I didn't want you to start talking again. So here we go. I would say yes. Every culture has issues. I just think it's like a localized, small-minded thing. Like you act like these problems don't exist with white women, or exist with Chinese women, or exist with Latin women. When you just saying black, it's wild. And then Captain already got a little bit of self-hate.
We not Asian.
What's that?
We black. We talking about black issues. We're not talking about Asian white issues, bro.
You just got to talk about Caitlin Clark as the cash cow. She white. So why when I say white?
Hey, Bando,
because we're talking about the black people who are messing up their money.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying though. I'm not. I look at everybody as everybody. I don't just talk.
So you're
about
saying the black woman is not messing up their money by letting her help the brand? Is that a smart business move or a bad business move?
No, I'm from Indiana.
So is it a smart business move or bad?
I'm from Indiana.
I didn't ask you where you was from.
Yeah,
what is wrong with it? Hey, I didn't ask you. No, I'm asking you a question.
He asked a simple question. Is it a smart? Y'all shouldn't be leading with I'm from Indiana. No, he asked, is it a smart business move or not?
Yeah, is it a smart?
I don't agree with what. I don't think what you're saying is accurate. I don't think.
I'm gonna say it again. Is the way that they're treating Caitlin Clark, the players, abusing her, etc., is that a smart business move or a bad business move? That's all I'm asking you.
It could be both sides. I would say it's a bad business move for the people that just talk about it, the small consumers. I would say it's a good business move because it's bringing more attention to it. A leading sports center with her getting slapped in the head and more white people going to cheer for her, more black people going against her. I think it's going to bring it all up. And I know you understand that. So stop making like.
Do you realize they're losing $50 million right now projected?
I don't think it's because they slapping a white girl.
That's not my point. That's not the point. If you're trying to build the brand, the conflict don't build the brand.
Bro, I'm sitting up here with two people that's built brands off conflict. Stop.
Our brand is street. Listen, and you said we couldn't match. Listen, and you said we couldn't match, but we match it just fine. Your ass is here. We match so good. You on the screen.
Is Tommy you a Hebrew? Is Tommy Hebrew?
Yes. You a Hebrew. I mean, I don't know why you. Tommy know the Bible. Listen, when me and Tommy fucked me up. We doing the first battle. Excuse me. The first conversation we had, he had the scriptures lined up. He quoted a scripture in the Bible I didn't even know, and then cut me with it because I said I don't know if that's in there. And listen, it was damn near a challenge to Tommy. Tommy went right up in it and put the shit on the screen.
That's what's up. That's what's
up.
So
now we can go past that. So now when you say we don't match, can you admit that you're wrong?
I would say that knowing that he's a Hebrew now, I think is y'all closer.
Slow down. So you're saying we do match?
Yeah, I'm saying from the information I had previously, I ain't never heard.
Wait, slow down. I ain't even talking.
You said he fucked you up. You said he fucked you up when y'all spoke because you were surprised.
But that's not what I'm asking you. I'm not asking you.
I'm telling you that I was surprised that Tommy's a Hebrew. I just asked him that.
But I'm not even asking you about the Hebrew part. I'm just asking. Now that you done came up here, are you going to say now that we're a match, or are you still going to say we're not a match?
I would say y'all are a better match than I previously perceived or assumed. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I was trying to ask you to be specific, because a lot of people that dislike me They don't have a specific reason to dislike me, and then they will spread that though and commiserate with other people and be like, yeah, he does blah blah blah. You as a man know that there are people who've never met you who have a belief about you that's far from you.
That's true.
But they will then spread that belief, and it'll be a bunch of other people saying the exact same thing about you. You'll be like, why would they say that? That never happened.
Right.
It's like Game of Thrones guy Joffrey. They watched Game of Thrones and they hated that little boy. He was nothing like the character that he was on television.
Yeah,
but
that was rough, boy.
This man, when they saw him.
No, I get it. Well, let me make sure you understand though. I never said I don't like you. I find you highly entertaining.
No, we understood. We all agreed that you're envious.
Yeah,
y'all wow for that.
Envious, and he just wanted some shine time. He just wanted to come on the screen. He just
wanted He dropped the link, and I pulled up because I know what I'm talking about. Y'all be having people up here that just do the.
Hey, look at the chat. They say you done changed your whole story. They laughing at you in the comment section. I just want you to know.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. They laughed at Jesus.
And it's a black women.
No, they didn't laugh at Jesus. It was worse. Yeah. Can we talk to Bando now? Numbers don't lie.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna let him jump in and we're gonna see what he got to say because I know Cap got to get ready to pack up and I got to get ready to eat my Father's Day dinner and watch this
Game of Thrones. Yeah, I'm be watching it while I'm packing. So what you got, Bando?
I'm afraid one of these niggas gonna start blurting out what happened. So we gotta hurry up.
I'll be brief. Honestly, I just want to thank y'all for the space again. Shout out to Tommy. Tazar is the first time I heard about you. I've never seen your content, but if you can put me up on what you're doing, I heard is what UPK.
Yeah, my organization is called ISUBK, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. My podcast is Captain Tazaryak Podcast. We do a lot of teaching biblically, but we also go into different spaces where Black people are. So we talk about Black issues, Black problems. The reason why me and Tommy link is because we both talk about Black issues. They just don't like the message, which is why when the other brother was talking, I said, what is ISUBK's perception about Black women? And it's the same as Tommy's. The same way that they look at Tommy is the same way they look at us, because we won't bow down to a woman.
That's wild.
But we're not supposed to bow down to a woman. We're supposed to rule and guide and discipline her. And I say those words on purpose because Black woman ain't had discipline since she been over here in America. And two Black women said that. Shahrazad Ali said the Black man has never been allowed to be in charge of the Black woman for her to escape him. And Francis Quest Wrestling said we have been surviving units here. What does she need to be liberated from? So the Black woman has been seduced that she don't need a man, even though she stays fucking him. And then now you got men that will not let her get away with it. And we're going to call her on her bullshit every single time. Period.
Yeah,
that's
he's
it.
Generalizing, Bando. He's generalizing.
But it's
and then let me tell you something else, Bando. Wait, before you do that,
no accountability, really.
But I'm gonna tell you, there's the single mother. You probably had a male role model. Numbers don't lie. Did not have a male role model because he too effeminate. We just got finished. We just got finished using the Webster's dictionary about making general. Yeah, we just got finished showing we speak generally. If I say black people eat chicken, do I have to say 76.125% of black people eat chicken? Fuck no. I could say black people eat chicken. If it apply, it apply. If it don't, it don't. He act like he the Black woman we talking about. That's how he act. You say he's sitting there moving his mannerisms, all of his mannerisms.
I gotta hear him say it again. Numbers, what'd you say that was?
I said that's terrible.
Hey, you know that's what women say. Like all his mannerisms is from a woman leading and giving him instruction. He need a man to give him instruction. He can't. He couldn't even sit still while we was having it. As we sitting here talking, as me and Bando was sitting here talking, Tommy's sitting there still. He can't wait for me to shut the fuck up so he can watch Game of Thrones. We all just sitting here chilling. You know who rocking and moving and doing all of this shit here? Y'all ever see that movie Get Rich or Die Trying? In the movie Get Rich or Die Trying, when 50 Cent got out of jail and Terrence Howard came to get him, and the dude was sitting in the back, what Terrence Howard kept saying, because he kept moving around, he said, man, why you keep moving around? Sit your ass still. He need to sit his ass still. And a man got to tell him to sit his ass still and be disciplined enough to let two grown men talk. But he cackling like a woman. That's feminine behavior.
I'm laughing at you.
Tommy, you know I'm right,
funny.
Tommy. That's feminine behavior. So all right, I'm done. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hold on, no numbers. What'd you say that was?
No, I said y'all wow.
No, what'd you say before? What'd you say before?
I say y'all are wild, generalizing odd couples that is entertaining. So
you said that's terrible, and I like it. But listen, see, you keep using this word to be a battle by saying y'all generalizing, and you're gonna die on that hill, even after that hill had been explained.
It's accurate. Go ahead.
No, hold on. But you don't say, if the people have agreed at that moment, I am generalizing. I don't mean all. You cannot keep using that to fight them. They have agreed to that. That's like arguing with a dude who says to you, if he says, if you leave $5 down here, I'm going to take it. Well, you a thief. He said, yes, I will steal. Once he says that, you can't keep on leaving $5 talking about this nigga's a thief. He has established that. At that point, either you stop leaving $5 or you want him to have the $5. There's only way around it. If your girl tell you, yes, I'm a hoe and I'm gonna fuck around, will you stay with her and keep arguing with her hoeing and fucking around?
No.
Point. So what we're saying is we have explained, we generalize, but we don't mean all. If you keep using that as a point of contention, you're the guy with the whore who keeps using her whore as a point of contention.
Nah, it was actually a good one-liner. It was a good one-liner, so good that you just gave a rant about it. So, like, I think I'm doing well.
Man, at the end of the day,
what is he responding to? Yeah, what is he responding to?
Look, Tommy and Tazar coming together for a reason, obviously, so we can keep pushing these narratives, address these issues.
Damn right.
Yeah, do the thing. Do the thing. It's entertaining.
I just keep hearing you just keep saying the generalizations, but let's address the issue.
Nah, you gotta remember, I'm not an echo chamber. You on here glazing.
You saying the same thing over and over again. That is an echo chamber.
You literally don't
said anything.
Nah. He know what an echo chamber is.
You can call it whatever.
Yeah, saying general. When you keep saying general, that's an echo chamber. It's an echo. That's what it is.
Look,
we have established that we speak in general. Why would you keep pointing it out?
Because it's funny. It's funny. And it's powerful.
So you came up to be a comedian?
I said one word and now y'all ranting about it.
No, but you know.
No, we're not. I see you keep repeating it.
I know, but you felt it. And so I probably should repeat it more. It's like if I kick you in your leg and you start limping, I'm gonna kick you in your leg again. That's what I'm talking about.
So then you do have a feminine energy by what he just said. You want to be irritating to me. You came not to get an understanding with me.
So are you being irritating to anybody in your conversation?
No, I'm not. Because, sir, I can actually hold on. Let me explain. I have not said something to you that I know is going to piss you off and said, let me keep doing it.
Right.
So it's pissing you off, is what you're saying.
You just said it. You said, I think it's pissing you off.
I can tell right here.
Oh my God. Now, didn't you just say earlier about you couldn't get a sentence out? You said, ask the question. You said it to the young man. You said, if you ask a question, let me answer it. Yet you just asked a question and I'm trying to answer it. You said, is it pissing you off? I said, no. You said it out of your own mouth that you believe it is, therefore you keep doing it. No, then you gave an example. You said it
was a powerful one-liner, so powerful that it made you rant. My one word made you give me 150 words.
Man, I'm gonna drop. Let me tell you what I'm doing because it's late. Let me tell you what's gonna happen because it's late.
I'll pop back up.
No, I'm gonna sit here and say you can go because when a man is doing that, and I want all y'all to see it, nobody's trying to irritate him.
No.
Nobody.
No.
He then keeps on acting like a woman. It's like a woman did on a show the other day. Oh, I knew you was a fan of mine. I was like, where did you get that from? Why would you even say this? You just did it. Oh, well, I'll get you with a powerful one, too. When somebody's saying, hey, man, you asked a question and I gave you the answer. If you keep bringing it up, apparently you either didn't accept the answer, don't understand the answer, or just want to stick with the problem, which if you were listening, Cap said earlier. Typically, when you're talking to a woman, they don't want to come to a solution. They just want to stick with the problem.
Okay, so I can
rock. That's literally what you're doing.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I'm listening. I'm listening. That's what I'm saying.
If we told you we speak in general, you don't have to keep repeating that we're doing it after we've explained and agreed that it's happening. If you agreed in basketball that you can't take more than 3 steps until that person takes more than, you've agreed that every time they take 2, it's fine.
Right.
We've agreed that unless you say we can't speak in general. Tell us you don't accept general statements. Please tell me you do not accept general statements. Then we'd have an argument.
Nah. You free to say what you want to say, and I'm free to say what I want to say.
No, as a conversation,
so when you go on a whole
can we in conversation make general statements or no? Do we accept it?
If you say, bro, I just answered it. Let me say what I'm saying. I'm saying if you be like the black woman this and the black woman that and the black woman this, and then somebody be like, yo, he generalizing. That shit funny. That's what it was.
But you know what it shows though? You know what it shows? Wait, hold on 1 second. You know what it shows?
What's the point of making a statement?
Right. You know what? Hey, but 1 second, numbers. 1 second, numbers. Here's why it's stupid what you keep doing. It wasn't even me and Tommy having a conversation. Bando asked me, what do we do?
Nobody said
talking
that.
Specifically about me. He was like, this is my first time hearing you. Can you tell? So now I proceed to go and tell him. And then I'm breaking down to him while me and Tommy link up. And as I'm talking to him, you bring up the general again. It shows me that you don't have no talking points. You're that little girl in that analogy I gave that just whines in front of the problem, hoping somebody can come and save them. Your mannerisms, when you're doing all this rocking back and forth, women sit there with all that feminine rocking back and forth. They can't sit still while they talking to her. My daddy didn't do that shit, and that's why I don't do it. If you talk like if you was a man, you would have come up with a better talking point once we said and got past the general statement. You could have added something else. I disagree with the black woman because black women I know are like this. Now you're adding to the conversation. You're not doing the whole general. When you stop and just keep it at general and you don't have nothing else to come behind that, you're a child. You're just a prop that we made fun of at your own behest because you said we was bad for the brand.
You so inaccurate, but it's cool.
I appreciate it. But with that, I'm so glad that this is the TNT show because we about to close the TNT show because we got more important things to do. Now, if you want to learn to be a man, come back to the TNT show. We could do a Build a Man. You know how they build a bear? Like I used to take my daughter as a kid to the Build a Bear, and she used to say, Daddy, I want the bear to have this. I want to have this. So we can build and make you a man, brother. We can build you up. I appreciate it.
What's up?
No sweat.
Thank you, numbers, for coming through. Thank you, Bando Kev, for coming in. Hey, every one of you guys who were waiting, sorry we didn't get a chance to get to you. We'll do a show maybe this week where we just allow people.
Okay.
Call in. I think that.
Yeah, Tommy, I was telling you, I'll be in Atlanta 8:30 Monday, all day Wednesday. My flight leaves like 6:30 Thursday morning. So you let me know if you want to work something out. You let me know what your schedule is. Maybe we could do a whole show in person because we haven't done that. Maybe that's a new element that we could do because I'm assuming there must have been a lot of people in there wanting to get in. But I got a pack. I got a flight to catch. Yeah. I got Game of Thrones to watch.
Food to eat.
Yeah, food to eat.
Game to watch. Not Game of Thrones, but I gotta watch the House of the Dragon.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying Game of Thrones, that's what I'm thinking. House of Dragon. That's what I should be saying.
I keep doing it too.
Yeah.
Maybe after season 2, we'll be able to get it right.
Right.
Just Game of Thrones. We'll get it right after season 2. But I want you to close out with what you got to say. Let them know. How to, because I know my man said he didn't know where to find you. Let him know where to find you. Definitely. And shouts out to the people who hit the Cash App and all of that stuff.
Definitely, man.
That shit means something to us. Go ahead and talk to him.
I appreciate it, man. Of course, I'm Captain Tazaryak. Y'all want to follow? I'm on YouTube primarily. If you just type in Captain Tazaryak Podcast, you can find me on YouTube. I do have my business where I sell the oil and the butters. So if you want to check that out, I'm on Amazon and on Etsy. The name of my business is called Call Gas After My Father. And with the blessing of my mother. I like to shout that out. Most mothers don't do that. So I like to shout that out. I actually be in Atlanta Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tommy, I'm gonna text you behind the scenes what I'm gonna be doing on Tuesday in Atlanta. And I'll let everybody know probably on Tuesday what I'm doing. I just don't want to say it now. And maybe you'll see me and Tommy live in person again, because it's always good. I appreciate y'all rocking out with us. We look forward to the next time.
And you know what I'm gonna do?
I know.
I'm gonna play y'all another song.
Listen, I was waiting. When he said close out, I said he ain't closing out. He getting this song lined up while I'm doing the talking.
Yes, that's my closeout. Your closeout be what you say. My closeout be another damn song.
That's right.
I got 1,000 of them. All right, this one is called I Had to Clap 'Em. Check it out.
This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy? It ain't no drama on the streets left. Ain't no drama that's as ignorant as riding 85 with no seatbelt. Keep on talking and feel where he felt. Because the drama gon' find you niggas walking by you like he stealth. But I'ma see you when I see you, when I see you. This chrome folk fever make you atheist believers. Niggas thinking they can see me, but I ain't gon' let them. I just sit back, relax, and I'ma let the fofo get them. I won't sweat them like a workout tape from Billy Blanks. But I'm here to let you punk niggas know that your shit stink. If you don't think niggas from the Ville is trill, then you really don't know how real we is. Yeah, fuck around and get stomped. Niggas thinking I'm asking Coochie the way you got pumped. Don't get jumped by a bunch of niggas you don't know. That's what you get for talking shit about niggas you don't know. This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy? This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy?
You niggas ain't ready for drama, but I'm about to bring the noise. You bringing your boys, but I'm about to bring the toys. With more clips than that nigga for real in VA. Better watch your mouth, nigga, for real, cause we are. Nowadays, niggas be thinking that shit all sweet. Behind they back, nigga been fucking they bitch all week. Ain't that right, P? See, most of them niggas you with, they be laughing cause they know your boy done fucked your bitch. But me, I found out on the back end. But I ain't cracking, I'm just letting you know the deal. While you doing all that jaw jacking, my first reaction was,
dawg, them niggas wild as fuck. I can't believe we ever let them niggas ride with us.
But what's done is done, what's finished is finished. All I gotta say now is, nigga, mind your business. And to that other nigga, I wasn't even naming you, dog. But now I see the fucking laming you, dog. So fuck you.
This for
too,
you niggas
bitch.
on the street doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy? This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy?
I had to
clap a nigga for talking that bullshit. I had to
clap a nigga and empty the full clip. I had to
clap a nigga like a standing ovation.
I had to clap him and send them on a long vacation. See, niggas fail to understand they getting clapped for a reason.
So I'm always explaining shit to them while they sitting there bleeding. Ain't no believing in the afterlife, cause afterlife, I guarantee you he ain't gonna come back like Christ.
Nope. So if you're ready for drama, boy, I'ma bring it to ya. And have the choir at Salem Baptist come sing it to ya. Asking Lord Jesus why he do it.
But when I come around, they quiet and clueless. Niggas try to dodge these bullets, but they ain't jacked in. Got me putting bullet holes in they made back then, so niggas may stack ends.
But me, I'm trying to stack my bricks to the ceiling, break up the rock, hit up the block, and try to make me a killer.
This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy? This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? This for you niggas on the streets doing all of that yapping. You about to find yourself missing feds, wondering what happened. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. I had to clap 'em. What happened to that boy?
What'd you think?
I think that's the hardest shit I heard out of all that shit. That shit right there, slap. Now that's slap right there. I like that shit. Listen, when you said the title at first, clap them, make it clap. I said, God damn, what we about to? Because you think like
both
20...
of the voices was me. You know both of the
I know
voices
all of
was
them.
me,
Yeah,
right?
I know all of them with you. Yeah, I know because that's what you did before. So I'm listening and I hear the cadence. So I'm like, okay, I know both of them is Tommy. But yeah, that was hard, yo. That was hard. That was
I
hard
enjoyed
right
that.
there.
I had to clap a nigga like a standing ovation. I had to clap him.
I had to
Send him on
clap him.
vacation.
I
So
had to
niggas
clap
can't
him.
understand they getting clapped for a reason. So I'm gonna explain the shit to them while they sitting there bleeding. Ain't no believing in the afterlife, because afterlife, I guarantee you, he ain't gonna come back like Christ. Nope.
That was fire. That was fire, man. Well, we appreciate y'all rocking out with us, man. Stay tuned for the next episode, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
All right. Peace. All right, y'all. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. As always, man, make sure y'all subscribe to all the platforms. I'm using my Rumble. I keep them all live, so I've been keeping my live on Rumble going, rocking everything else out, man. I'm looking forward to doing the next show. Stay tuned for Tuesday, man. I got a big surprise. It might be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, but I got a big surprise. Now, what I will tell y'all, when I'm in Atlanta, I got a debate in Atlanta. I call it the Tony Harvin's Christian panel versus Captain Tazariak. So that same panel I did, he's going to bring another panel. The subject is going to be the salvation and the promise for Israel only. And so he'll have his panel of Christians, which will try to convince us that it's not. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So stay tuned for the work we got coming up. And until next time, Shalom, Israel.